if Grant has all our voices fixed.
He should.
He doesn't.
I
He
should.
doesn't.
And he should have for the one shot as well.
Yeah, one shot was a bit better, but it was still a little bit loud, so I dropped it by another decibel, and we should be good.
Yeah.
It was better for the.
Yeah, it definitely was.
You'd hear us.
Oh yeah, Grant, did you ever
Hey, we're all-
readjust your compressor for your for being at home?
I did slightly. I didn't make any significant changes because I haven't had time to like super play with it, but it should be a little bit better.
All right.
All right, so assuming that we are all good and voice modded properly,
As good as
Oh,
I can be.
I gotta go camping with my grandma.
If you didn't say
fuck's
that, I was
sakes.
going to.
I gotta go back to bed. It's very important that I
Same.
do this.
Wait, you
I
left
could agree.
it?
Actually.
So, as a quick recap, especially for Alex, you guys left off in the stronghold of Lens after a big ass battle of a lot of Crag Fury and a lot of not Crag Fury, all fighting
And Sora got a
for
mech.
basically being Nazis. Yeah,
Sorry, so-
Not Z's.
exactly.
Ah,
I hate it.
oh, Grant, one day.
I want
your
to
wife
die.
someday for that.
Grant, you're so proud of yourself.
I really
Yes.
am. I can't wait till, like, 3
in
years
one
from
hand-
now, we somehow all meet each other, and the first thing that Alex does is just slap me for that pun.
Oh, you damn
We're
straight
all
will.
gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna open the door. I'll just hit the door. I'm gonna slap you so hard you're gonna go straight for your fucking floorboard.
Jesus God. So after during this fight, you realize that the leader of the Crag Fury was not a Crag Fury at all, and was actually Lasora's grandpa, who, after being basically tortured in prison, decided that he had to take it upon his own hands to free the prisoners and to get his revenge. And bad things happened, but then less bad things happened, because then Lasora got into a mech.
Wait, does Laura still have the mech?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, no,
Um,
we're keeping this back.
I know Grant didn't write anything for it, so he's probably just gonna write it out of the story somehow.
So I don't have stats for the mech. However, I will say using the mech, you're not going to be able to do semantic spells, because I imagine that you would have to have control of your fingers for that, and the mech would require you to be like holding on to it. So if you would be able to use the mech, but you won't be able to cast anything while you're in it.
Oh, and I have a crossbow now.
Oh yeah,
You
you
do.
do, and that's fantastic.
You
and
do.
You got it for free.
Question, Grant. If I were to get into the mech, would it lower or raise my AC?
You wouldn't be
can't
able to
fit
fit in the
in
mech.
You wanna be
It
able
is
to-
in fact dwarf size, and you are in fact a giant robot.
Yeah.
Very true.
I forget. Did I get better armor while I was here?
I think you did, yeah. So, where we shall resume, if it's okay with y'all, because what would have happened is everybody would have just gone back to Balvelo. So we can just quick travel there, as you would all have gone with the remainder of the
I mean,
the
I don't
army.
know if we would have, because our plan is kind of to go
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
So we figured we would have stayed after the battle, and then everyone
just
would have
kinda
left in the
sat
morning,
there
or something. Everyone would have gone back in the morning, and we would have went the other way, or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, my question is, how does Cardi come back?
That's a good question.
I
I
no license
no,
for
I'm
reason.
just assuming
all-
he's, like, moving
we're
in the
all sitting
background
around-
the entire time.
What happens is we're all sitting around and just like,
Cardi's like, hey guys, what are they?
It's Silas just, what the fuck happens?
I'm actually gonna say canonically, you're all like after the fight, you're all sitting down by the water, relaxing, and you just see some bubbles coming out of the water,
Just rise
and
out of
more
the water.
bubbles and more bubbles, and then suddenly you see Cthulhu, but it's not Cthulhu, it's Cardi.
now he went to go see Cthulhu, his grandfather.
Is that canon?
Yes.
I mean, I can explain it. Technically, yes.
Oh my god, Cardi actually went to go camping with his grandpa.
My patron is a old one, so technically yes.
I've been fucking binging Futurama lately, and I can just only imagine Cardi as Zoidberg now.
Call that an ink difference. This is an ink difference.
That's actually a really good Zoidberg voice.
It's me, Dr. Zoidberg, homeowner.
God.
Yeah, that's like weirdly
Oh, no, wait.
good, actually.
It's me, Cardi, homeowner.
Oh, no.
Get off my lawn.
Oh, no.
Okay, so with you all,
Patron god. This is a patron god.
Oh, no.
with you all kind of cooling down after the fight,
Sorry.
for about a day, you would have done whatever it is you would have wanted to do for probably about a day after the fight. Gotten food, chillaxed, you know,
We
more
assume, like,
more
long
than the dead.
rest, Full HP.
Yes,
Alex is fucking dying.
not this
Yeah.
shit again.
Sorry. Sorry. I'm good.
It happens. It happens. Don't even
I'm
worry.
really tired and therefore everything makes me fucking laugh.
We know
Yeah,
the feel.
yeah.
Yep. We are all in that state.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm good.
Don't
I never
feel
get that. I don't get that until like 3 in the morning, but I
Yeah.
totally feel that.
Oh, it took when I first wake up and when I start to get really tired. It's like either when I first wake up or really late in the night.
There's just one fucking video
So when you're
that
tired.
every time I see it, I laugh so hard I can't control myself. And I think the first time I saw it was at 3 in the morning, and I died laughing. Still, like every time I see a reference to it, even if it's not 3 in the morning, I fucking die laughing.
With no context, Grant was at a job interview, and his interviewer said the words "cardboard derivatives," and he died laughing.
What?
Okay, but did you get the job?
Alright, it's
That
2
one
minutes
actually I did
long.
not.
I'm posting this right now.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
we interrupt your regularly non-scheduled D&D for this.
Collins, thanks for coming in.
It's a great pleasure, thank you.
This ship that was involved in the incident off West
God damn
Coast
it.
this week-
Yeah, the one the front fell off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very typical. I'd like to make that point.
Well, how is it untypical?
Well, there are a lot of these ships going around the world all the time, and very seldom does anything like this happen. I just don't want people thinking that tankers aren't safe.
Was this tanker safe?
Well, I was thinking more about the other ones.
The ones that are safe?
Yeah, the ones that...
Oh yeah,
fall
I've
off.
seen this video. It's
It
amazing.
wasn't safe. Why did it have 80,000 tons of oil on it?
Well, I'm not saying it wasn't safe. It's just perhaps not quite as safe as some of the other ones.
Why?
Well, some of them are built so the front doesn't fall off at all.
Well, wasn't this built so the front wouldn't fall off?
Well, obviously not.
How do you know?
Everyone's
Because the
just
front fell off and 20,000 tons of crude oil spilled into the
Silence.
Seacourt fire. It's a bit of a giveaway. I just like to make the point that that is not normal.
the silence
What sort of
kills.
standards are these oil tankers built to?
Oh, very rigorous.
This
maritime
fucking
regulations.
video.
What sort of thing?
Well, the front's not supposed to fall off for a start.
And what,
Well, there are regulations governing the materials they can be made of.
what materials?
Well, cardboard's out.
And
No cardboard derivatives.
Oh god.
like paper?
No paper. No
I
cement,
fucking
so-
hate
No,
this.
drop it out. They've got to have a steering wheel. There's a minimum crew requirement.
What's the minimum crew?
Oh, one, I suppose.
So the allegations that they're just designed to carry as much oil as possible,
Oh,
the hell with the
ludicrous.
consequences, I mean, that's ludicrous. isn't it?
Absolutely ludicrous. These are very, very strong vessels.
So what happened in this case?
Well, the front fell off in this case, by all means, but it's very unusual.
But Senator Collins, why did the front book fall off?
Well, a wave hit it.
A wave hit it?
A wave hit the ship.
Is that unusual?
Oh, yeah. At sea, chance for a million.
What do
God.
you do to protect the environment in
Well,
cases like
the
this?
ship was towed outside the environment.
Into another environment.
No, it's been towed beyond the environment, not in the
Into a-
environment.
No, but from one environment to another environment.
No, it's beyond the environment. It's not in an environment. It
Well,
has
it
been
must be
towed
somewhere.
beyond the environment.
Well, what's out there?
Nothing's out there.
Well, there must be something
There
out
is
there.
nothing out there. All there
God.
is sea and birds and fish
And
20,000 tons of crude oil
what else?
and a fire
And anything else?
and the part of the ship that fell off.
Oh, cardboard zone.
Collins, thanks for joining me.
Complete void.
We're out of
The
time.
environment's perfectly safe. We're out of time.
Yeah.
Can you book me a cab?
Oh my god.
Come in a Commonwealth car?
Yes, I did.
What happened?
On the front fell off.
Well, the front fell off. Jesus.
God, I love that video so much.
Incredible.
What the fuck was that video?
The front fell off.
So hey, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
The front fell off.
That video's amazing every time
Oh no, I
watch it.
think we just broke Octo.
God. Like that, I'm fucking cursed by that video. I was driving, I was on my way to North Carolina, and I saw a fucking truck that literally the entire front of the truck had fallen off. And I saw it, and I started crying, laughing. And my dad was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Did you say the front fell off?
I didn't say anything because he wouldn't have gotten it. I just started laughing like crazy.
You
You
should
haven't
show him
shown
the
your
video so
dad?
at least understands it.
I need to show my dad.
Well, the phone fell off.
Okay.
The
Dungeons
front
and
fell
fucking
off.
Dragons. It's been a long time.
No,
Dragon
only
started 30 minutes ago. We've executed a man and we're sad about it. Let's go.
there's a dick and say that.
I unfortunately do not have the nothing fucking happens for 20 minutes thing.
I do.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, me
I
too.
do. I do. Thank you for reminding me.
Alright, she wanted y'all to kill each other, and I need to write in a cliffhanger, and then I've got bingo.
Well, shit.
I feel like Grant has an advantage on this.
I don't typically do the bingo. I'll just fuck around with it.
Grant just does it passively.
Yeah.
I don't do
Just
the
for
I
the
don't
bingo.
even remember what happens if he gets bingo.
You all have to wild search. That's what happens. I get to
Oh,
roll a
no.
wild search.
I am okay with this.
Wait. That doesn't make any sense because one of my
up.
fixes you have to roll a wild search.
Shut up.
Wahahaha.
Oh wait, do I still have wild surge on the bingo card?
You think you do?
I have Weir's wild surges. I don't have any of the others.
Yeah,
I
I
have
mean,
Weir's wild
I think
surges.
Weir's wild surging is the only thing that's really gonna happen.
Wait,
though.
which wild surge are you doing? Are you doing the normal wild surge or are you doing like the
1,000.
extended wild surge?
Always the extended.
Okay.
The only normal wild surge is when Weir's wild surges,
That's me.
and he has a chance to go into the advanced. All right. So about a day has passed since the battle. What would you guys have been doing for that duration?
Praying.
I would have been repairing
Being
myself.
sad to
Okay. All right. So over the course of the day, you repaired yourself. You prayed for the dead, mourned the dead, ate some cheese, whatever the hell you would do.
Ate some
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Hell yeah, we ate cheese.
Dwarves like cheese.
Everyone loves cheese.
Everyone
I don't
loves
know if
cheese.
that's like supposed to be a canonical thing in a fantasy world, but I've always imagined the dwarves fucking love cheese.
I like to
Everyone
imagine
fucking
that
loves
too.
cheese, but especially
Cheese and meat and bread.
dwarves. More
Yeah.
cheese.
And more cheese.
But dwarves love cheese like, just a big ass wheel of cheddar. But the elves are like Italians where they want, some fancy wine and old stinky cheese or something.
Yeah, sounds about right.
God. Big hearty cheese.
Do dwarves like cheese?
I'm the DM, I say yes.
You know beer cheese exists. It's the ultimate combination.
Beer cheese is the greatest food.
Fucking
So,
Dwarves eat whatever they can
fucking
get.
grand. As soon as you said elves are like Italian, like some American days, you're talking in a stupid Mario voice.
alright, so, without further 35 minutes of ado,
Definitely with.
what do you guys want to do?
Waste
Go.
another 35 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
Alright. So y'all
I'd
are...
like to go here.
Okay. You do not have horses.
This
That
is
is
true.
correct, but it's only how long of a walk?
Very.
How long did you say? How much did you say we could walk in a day?
Hold on. How fast can people walk?
You wrote something. for
I
this.
know I
You
did.
did.
People can walk about 3 miles an hour, so say 12 hours of walking, that's about 30 miles a day.
Okay, so that's 4 days. 5 days. Less than
We can
5
do
days.
5 days.
That looks really good, actually.
Huh?
Nani?
Thank you, Sydney.
Oh.
Oh man, I like the
Delicious.
coins. They look scrumptious.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think I've seen the post that's from too.
Yeah.
I have seen it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
We
y'all
are
are just
all well
gonna
psychic
y'all just gonna head to Jory on foot?
I guess.
I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
Since the army clearly didn't leave us anything.
I mean, they didn't take courses
yeah.
anyway.
I mean,
Are we taking
have
the
a
mech?
I said this. We needed to ask the fucking the leader or whatever for some fucking healing potions.
Oh yeah, you did
Yeah,
say that 2 weeks ago, and then we all forgot because it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'll say you would have been able to do that in your day, and he would have been able to offer you healing potions.
How many?
So
Roll for healing.
for
saving their entire country,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
do we get?
well, so they're not only going to offer you healing potions. For everything that you've done, they will be happy to offer you, say, 6 healing potions because that's all that they have available. But they also will
Why
offer
would
you
do that?
what?
Why would you do 6 healing potions? There's 5 of us. We're all gonna fight over the last.
Good.
Give it to the healer.
Yeah, it's fine. I can pass on the last one.
Either
Someone else
give
can
it to
have
the healer or give it to the squishiest one here.
Who's the squishiest here? I'm 26.
I'm really a fucking squid.
I'm good.
I think I lose by default.
I don't know why that was so funny.
I think Weirs has like 6 armored class, right? Something absurd like
Who's
that.
the squishiest?
I mean, I have a lot of HP, so I'll be fine. I think someone else should have it.
I have 11 armor class.
Wait. Maybe I should
Yeah.
actually get it because I can only heal half from a healing potion. So then 2 healing potions will be just 1 healing
Oh
potion.
yeah, we don't give any to you then. You don't get any because you suck.
I mean, that's fair. I have
Um,
more health
I'm
and
thinking-
AP than everyone else.
thinking me and Lasora get 1, Weirs and Squid get 2.
Is this a normal healing potion?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly think that Lionel should have the extra and not me. Or Lasora, or honestly just
I
anyone
have
but just
26
because I'm the backline
I have
person.
26 HP and okay, fine, I'll take it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like you
Yeah,
and
I
Dar
also-
are usually up front.
Yeah.
I'll take.
Yeah, I'm not the one getting hit as often, so I'm not too...
I'm taking the second
concerned.
healing potion because I bought the other one at the bar for 100 fucking gold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
That's fair.
So they will also offer you a 250 gold sum to be split amongst the party
There's 5 of us, right?
for your actions. Yeah.
So that's 50 per.
Oh my god, that's actually
Yeah.
convenient.
And some rations, say?
Sure. I didn't say rations, but sure.
Are you? Am I retarded?
I said 250 gold prize to be split amongst the party.
You didn't say rations.
I
yeah.
definitely didn't say rations,
Who
but
said rations? Am I losing?
No
my
one said
fucking
rations.
mind?
you are losing your fucking marbles.
You're losing your mind.
I'm willing to say. I'm willing. I'm losing my mind.
But
Whatever,
yeah, I
never
mean,
mind.
they can offer you rations if you want some too. So say, I don't know, like 10 rations.
Everyone
But
had 2 rations. I legit thought someone said rations.
you're high.
I am.
Um,
But that's besides the point.
The Lord of Balvillo also offers you a plot of land outside of the
shit.
stronghold. And
Fuck yeah, we have a house!
he says
Shit,
he tells you that there's
God damn it.
I'm giving you inspiration for that.
That was
I took
amazing.
a
Because
shot.
that was the greatest shit.
That was amazing.
I took the shot.
Good.
And
I've
he-
been doing nothing but interior decorating in Final Fantasy XIV for the past 2 weeks, and I am here for this.
He tells you that there's nothing currently built on the plot, but it's big enough for a nice-sized house, and when you do make your way back to Balvillo, he can get you in touch with his personal builder.
Well, we know where we're retiring to.
Let's build a house. Let's build a house.
Holy shit, guess who's gonna be who's gonna be the mason worker on that?
Dungeons
All
and
right.
Dragons, the Loud House.
This campaign is cancelled. We are interior decorating for the next 3 months.
Great. I think you think we're kidding about this.
No, I fully support this. I will absolutely, whenever you guys get around to building a house or whatever you want to build on your plot, I will design a map for it and I'll update it depending on what you put in it.
Yes.
Sexy.
Good. It's not central, but hey, it's a nice house.
Grant is going to burn it to the ground.
Now I was gonna get a stone. Get burned rocks.
Grant is going to bomb it to the ground.
You're goddamn right. Steven appears in the house. Quick, nuke it.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
What? What?
What?
When the Grey Veil takes over the land, it just all becomes glitched.
Yes. Hang on.
Golda tried to post a meme, but it was broken.
No.
Look at my house is in the fucking ocean. My home token is in the fucking sea.
Yeah.
Cause y'all don't know where the fuck I came from.
So, would you guys like to go back to Balvilo and check out your plot of land, or are you heading to Jory?
Yes.
I would like to go to Jory personally
Yeah.
because if we go back
Okay.
to Balvilo, that's
Yeah, because either way
A
we want to go to
longer walk.
Jory, so it's gonna be
Yeah,
a lot
we're
longer
closer
to go
Jory as-
back
yeah,
and then
yeah.
forth and then back than it is
Yeah, it's-
than
yeah,
it is
yeah,
just to go forth and then back.
We'll go to Jory for now.
keeping an eye on it.
Amazing.
We're gonna forget about this plot of house eventually.
Plot of house.
Plot of house.
just put an empty house icon there or something.
Dungeons and Monopoly.
Party house.
Hell yeah!
Party house.
Party with Cardi.
I was about to say, did somebody say Cardi House?
Oh god!
Into the ocean, boys.
It's just a
Oh,
giant
shit,
house
man.
shaped like a squid,
Oh,
like the
shit.
fucking houses in Mystery Dungeon.
Giant squid-shaped house.
Oh my god.
Okay. So y'all heading to Jory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can we keep the mech?
No one's stopping you.
You can keep it for now. No one's stopping you. Boop.
Yeah.
Unless the military there wants to be like, hey, look,
Hang
need
on.
to- we-
Should
we need
take it
to-
back? I assume it runs on something that we don't have.
It
to
runs
read.
on a kinesphere.
Oh.
That seems Okay, I no longer feel safe with this mech.
yeah, that's fair. Let's keep it here.
Just
Yeah,
keep it where it
have
is.
have the army take it back to Balvilo. They can leave it on our land or something.
Okay.
So that's the only thing on that whole plot of land.
If they put a canister in our plot of land, we're
Just a
punting it
mech.
off.
It's just an empty ass plot of land with a fucking mech suit in the dead
They
center.
start like a farm there while we're gone, and they use it as a scarecrow.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Okay,
That's
this is
pretty perfect.
it's kind of weird though, cause like, well, Lisa already has a home, so
But now
like-
she has another one.
You have a Homer
No,
home.
Look, it's like Skyrim. You can have 10 fucking houses.
But you
True.
can't
Read
have
which you
two
can build
houses in
yourself.
Skyrim. Well, no, you can't have two houses in like Whiterun.
Not with that attitude.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. Well, mods. Mods. If you murder everyone in a house, it can be your home.
God, that's true, isn't? Well, not really true, but I wish that was true.
Very true.
I wish it was like Fable, where if you kill everyone in a house, you can sell the house.
Hey, kill everyone in the house, you buy the house, you like put a fucking painting on the wall or something, and then you sell it for a profit.
Isn't that like the only way you can sell? You can buy a house in Fable,
I
unless
don't
it's
know.
like already like like. God,
Just water an entire village and sell the houses.
you do.
Oh god.
That's how you go through the evil like line there. I kind of miss Fable. It
I've
was
never
fun.
played it.
Alright, we need to start playing.
No, we don't. No, we
Alright,
don't.
Yeah.
we figured
Bullshit is
everything
happening.
out that happened between the execution and right now we're leaving. We have
Okay.
to leave. Gotta go
We're
to Jory.
going.
Alright.
We're going to Dory.
5 days walk, less than 5 days.
Alright. So, y'all head out.
Oh, to our horses.
Well, we kind of left them on the other continent before we took the dragon, and when we get back, we don't know. They're not here. So we're
Right.
probably gonna have to buy some new horses.
Yep.
So,
We're irresponsible.
Someone's got 3 horses.
now, question.
No.
You guys most likely would have been carrying stuff on your saddlebags, correct?
I'm assuming we would have brought them with us when we were riding on the dragon.
Well, I mean, I think it would depend on
was
the
really
item.
light. Like everything he owns.
I'm
is
also
stuff that fits in
assuming
his
we wouldn't
pockets.
have forgotten our fucking horses in character, but we did, so nothing makes sense.
Well, I mean, the dragon wouldn't have just carried the horses.
I know, but like in
I have
character,
so
I would have
little.
remembered. Our characters are more attached to our horses than we are out of character. Like they're just a thing we ride at the moment, so we wouldn't have fucking forgotten them, but we did out of character.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, even
So
then,
nothing
all the
makes any
stuff.
fucking
Even
sense.
then, I don't have much stuff on me, so it's all just carried on me.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much everything Bruce owns fits in his pockets except for like his stash of rations, which is in a bag.
Sora has everything in her backpack.
Do I really have anything except just my shield and hammer?
Yeah, Gar's
Do you
poor.
Yeah, do you not have a bag to put shit in?
I don't need one.
Or a compartment?
No, he's like Bender. He's got a thing. on
He's
his
got a
front.
compartment!
Yeah. just make him like the Warforged I played. You have a compartment, but it's in your ass.
I forgot about that.
God
Yeah,
damn.
in fact, I'm pretty sure I distinctly remember you asking me to make his butt bigger when I drew it. You asked me to thicken your robot.
It's thick. Oh god, what the fuck?
This is what he asked me to do. I merely complied.
He's got junk in his trunk.
It's true.
Exactly. Alright, sorry, I have cat hair in my eye and it hurts like a motherfucker.
Unfortunate.
I have a kid that
Then
eats
die.
my pencil.
So, you guys head out. And
Really?
I hope so.
Now let's just sit down right here and die.
We head out.
Okay.
And on your first day traveling, it doesn't seem like much eventful stuff is happening. The forests of Escrecia are very sort of varied, and you go from rolling hills into thick, dense forests of sort of like a pine forest, into
by the way-
large sort of plains. What?
Before you go on, can I just say that Lysora took her empty bottles and filled them up with beer?
Of course, I just
Yay.
always assume she does that.
Yeah, some things in this world are just assumed, and one of them is that dwarves always have alcohol.
Okay. Anyways, go on, sorry.
So as you are traveling through sort of a more dense part of the forest along the side of the river, let me have all of y'all make me a perception check.
Fuck.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Oh no.
Die.
Perception. Oh, I have a...
Damn.
Nice.
Oh, whoops, I didn't mean for that to be advantage. Fuck.
It doesn't matter. It was the first result.
Okay.
Yep.
Shit, I am... Oh, I've got...
Okay, so
Everyone goes blind except for Lysora.
And
And-
me, I think.
Yeah, and you.
Maybe.
so who would be walking first, Lysora or Octo? Or Cardi?
I would never be in front of the line because if I got ambushed, I would die immediately.
Alright,
I would probably
Yeah,
be
fair.
somewhere in the middle.
I'd
'cause
probably be very close to the front.
okay.
I would also be very
I
close to the
assume
front.
me. I assume me and Gar would be in the front, followed by Lysora, followed by socially awkward and Squid Boy.
Alright. So, as you all are walking, Lionel, you feel something hit your head. And it doesn't feel hard, it feels like soft.
Uh-oh.
And Lysora, you look
It's
up
another cat.
and
We can never
it
escape.
it's another cat. It's a jaguar sitting on a
Oh,
branch, and it's just kind of reaching its
Jaguar.
hand down
Excuse
and
me?
What?
What?
Are we riding underneath a tree and it's chilling on a branch, or like
Yeah.
did a jaguar?
that's
yeah,
what I
it's
said.
it's just
Okay.
it's sitting on a branch and it's kind of reaching its paw down. It's just kind of like
It's
swatting at you. It doesn't really seem to be aggressive, more of an almost a playful state of just trying to bop at whatever's going by.
Lionel. That is the biggest cat I've ever seen.
That's
It is because it's kind of-
Very sleek black jaguar.
Are we in the jungle or are we? What is
It's in-
Escrecia's like?
It's in
like,
a fairly dense forest.
so it like straight up looks like it wants to play.
I'm
I-
gonna reach up and I'm gonna boop his paw.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's trying to play. It very much doesn't seem like it's trying to hurt you. It literally just is reaching
gonna-
down and it's kind of batting
I'm
at your head.
I'm
You're gonna
take
boop its
my
paw?
staff. I'll let Woods
Okay.
go first here.
Yeah, you boop its paw and you see it kind of like pulls its beans back a little bit, and it looks down at you and you see its pupils dilate, and it swings down at you and kind of bops up against your head.
Guys, we're gonna have a pet
Oh.
jaguar.
Oh my
Hell
god!
yeah.
So I'm gonna take my staff
kitty.
and I'm going to extend one of the nunchucks without actually taking it off.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna basically have like a little like quarter of the staff.
Oh yeah, that's just dangling.
And I'm gonna use it to play with the jaguar.
Roll animal handling.
Oh fuck.
That's not bad.
Passable.
Yeah, it just still kind of sitting on this branch starts swatting at your what the fuck, Alex?
Let me hit the voice to it. I'm
no
looking for
pee
What
beans.
the fuck?
God damn it.
Oh god, we set Alex off.
Not again. Jesus Christ, y'all.
What the fuck?
Alex, you really are in like die laughing at everything state. Jesus Christ.
Good for my bingo card.
Oh yeah, I should see if I have. Ah, damn, I don't think I do.
Oh yeah, Alex has laughing fits. I forgot that was on there.
Damn it, I don't have it.
Here.
Anyway, I'm playing with this jaguar with my staff.
Yeah.
Alex, are you okay?
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Yay, more mouths to feed.
Yeah, the jaguar.
This jaguar could fucking hunt for himself.
Yeah, it bops the staff and it kind of sort of rolls to the side, still hanging onto the branch, and kind of like belly up starts bopping at your nunchuck. It extends parts of its claw, and its claw kind of gets stuck in some of the wood grain of your nunchuck.
Oh, VP.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna lean into the party and just be like, okay, I didn't even know cats could get that big, did you?
Not particularly, no.
Lazora's just very confused and kind of worried. Like,
Are me and Lasora the only fuckers here who know of the existence of jaguars and other large cats?
Underground. You know what the fuck a jaguar is?
I mean,
I
considering that Lazora lives here, she should be aware.
Like, yeah, but like fucking Weirs doesn't know.
No.
Weir's just an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty convinced this is just a giant fucking cat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's pretty much what it is.
Giant
I mean,
house
that's
cat.
kind of what they are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, any cat is a house cat if you, like, believe.
If you don't mind, if you like to live dangerously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like that guy with the fucking cougar.
There's a guy with a tiger.
Yeah.
Like all of those goddamn gifs posted in Pets and Floof that make me go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else to say here. I'm just.
She
playing
does
with
her
the fucking
good.
cat.
Yeah.
does
Fucking
sweet.
same, let's play with the cat.
The jaguar, after kind of batting at your nunchuck for a little bit, looks down and hops off the branch. And
Oh.
Buddy.
um,
Or who's playing the cheetah video? I heard
yeah, I
it.
can hear it.
Wait, you hear mine? Or who?
Somebody was
What's-
playing it.
I
Tyler.
was. Oh, Tyler.
That's not me.
Damn it, Tyler.
It was me.
Oh, no, listen.
Well, how
Damn
do you
it,
guys
Tyler.
hear me? I am wearing headphones.
I have no
So
idea.
that's your
I have no
audio-
idea.
That's your audio goes through Flare.
Okay. Anyway.
I don't know. All I know is I'm rubbing his ears.
Anyway, it's oh god.
Yeah, I mean it.
I'm surprised this thing is trying to maul us.
Weirs, let me get you to roll animal handling as well.
Yeah, that's fair. I have a -2. Cool.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Weirs loses a hand.
Yeah, you be like that sometimes.
I'm gonna give him a little metal hand.
All right, so
Would be a
you.
mix-up.
It's you sort of scratch it on its ears and it looks up at you and it still seems very in a playful mood. It's not trying to hurt you, But it kind of reaches its paw up and it claws a little part of your arm and kind of rips some of the cloth on your arm.
Ow, don't. Bad kitty. And he kind of, and he's kind of,
Okay,
kind
so
of covers it up and
kinda-
checks it out.
I get in front of it for like a few feet away, and I squat down and just kind of hold my hand out for it,
Like doing this, like letting it sniff your
Yeah.
hand.
letting it sniff me.
Yeah, it kind of trots up, seems to sniff your hand a little bit, gives you a little lick. Does sort of like the playful gnawing without like actually trying to bite into your hand,
Yeah,
just kind of chomping on your hand a little bit. And you just hear.
And then after it fucks with my hand for a little while, I'm gonna slowly move my hand up to like pet it.
I'll say roll animal handling with a +3 because you did the thing good.
So 15.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to take a liking to you. It lets you pet it.
Hey there, buddy. You like us?
This is rather peculiar. Huh. I don't like it.
Are we keeping the cat?
God, that caught me off guard.
They caught me real off guard.
Then it did its job.
It's true.
God, that's
Oh.
very jarring.
God, Jesus.
We'll figure it out eventually.
Wow, that was quick. GG.
Yes, adding text to an image takes so long.
Yeah.
This movie's great.
I don't know what to do with this cat. Can we have it? Do we try to get it to follow us?
He's just kind of rubbing up against your hand and your legs right now, Lionel.
And I'm just kind of petting it and scratching it behind the ears and stuff.
And
Well-
have to worry about another mouth to feed?
The
Well, it is-
jaguar. It can hunt for itself.
Well,
Wait, it's a what? I thought it was a cat.
It's a jaguar is a kind of. Do you not know what a jaguar is?
No, I just thought it was a really big cat. I didn't know they got that big.
It's a very big, dangerous cat.
I mean, it looks like a very big cat to me. That's
You
all
know
I
what a
about
wolf
this.
is?
I
Is
think
that
I've
just a
heard of
big
that.
dog?
Oh my god, this fucking weird grow up in a basement.
Oh, so mean.
Oh.
Jesus.
I didn't say that in character. I'm just like, what the fuck?
I know, but Jesus.
Does that count as weird or socially awkward / stupid?
It's
Definitely.
socially stupid. I mean that is socially stupid, so I don't know if that would count.
God.
Eh.
I
I mean,
don't
he's
know.
also just a dumbass in general. Let's be real here.
Alright.
It's a big cat.
Kitty
Can hunt
Kitty
for
is just
itself.
kind of rubbing up against your feet. Again, his pupils are super dilated. He just seems very interested in playing around.
Here's a question. Would dwarves have tamed, like jaguars and cougars, whatever, to be like war animal, like domesticated?
Totally.
Okay. Okay.
Probably more in the past because now, like with in the newer age, there isn't as much of a need for it, and it's not really worth the trouble. But especially historically, yeah, dwarves definitely tamed some of the wild cats living around Discrecia.
Huh. So this one is rather tame. Just kind of out here.
People looks like feeding.
I have a feeling that this might be someone's pet.
What I suggest we do is we just keep going on our path, and if the cat follows us, good.
I second this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
You
seems
kinda-
this
pretty
I just
sweet.
keep, like I just kind of keep petting the cat, kind of run so it can chase me. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of run around, I mean, he's gonna follow you. And as he chases you, I mean, like when he catches you, he's probably gonna reach out and like claw your leg a little bit, and it might spike you a little, but it's not gonna hurt you that much. It's a big fucking cat though, so like when he catches up to you and he catches onto your leg, you're gonna stumble a bit.
Also, holy shit, that mount.
Mhm.
That's a cool ass mount.
Fuck
No.
God.
What MMO is that?
That's from Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys continue on the path, and this jaguar kind of sometimes he disappears and then he'll just sort of reappear a few minutes later on the path. And he seems to just sort of be trotting after you, more out of curiosity than anything, of who these sort of strange travelers are that are giving me this wonderful thing called Snuggles.
Yeah. I am gonna start fixing up my sleeve, but I'm very enamored with this cat right now.
Isn't there a class like a type of ranger that
Sleeve Miss Episode. Yeah, Beastmaster.
Beastmaster? Yeah. Beastmaster sounds cool. I mean, it sounds very sad though if you ever lose your companion.
True.
Yeah, but you can also do a thing that's like, I can like really quickly get you a new one.
Oh, so you can just easily
Yeah.
replaceable.
They're
Yeah.
expendable.
They're
Yeah.
expendable.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, and also, Octo, I gotta ask, what the fuck is up with the Skelebone stuff?
What's happening?
I don't know.
What, Skelemones?
I don't know.
Where?
I'm sorry to detract.
In
I'm
another,
sorry to detract. It's just in a chat.
in
It
another
just
chat,
popped
it was like,
up
I renamed myself the Skellbones Keeper of the Tomb, and every day I post a skeleton gif.
Why?
Why?
Because I
Why?
can. Because I
Why
can.
though?
Alright.
Because you can't stop me.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't stop you. And even if I could, I wouldn't.
It started with me saying I rise to the grave to wish someone a happy birthday, and I just kind of rolled with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
Anyway, back to Cat.
you guys continue on your way. Anything in particular you want to do with Cat?
Play.
Good.
Love. Pet.
Snoogle.
Feed.
Snoogle.
Words.
I am
It-
absolutely going to blow one of my rations on spoiling this cat right now.
Oh no.
Hang on, let me look up how
Oh,
jaguars
no.
eat. Jaguars eating habits.
I mean, I imagine they would just eat like a regular large cat would, wouldn't they? Probably meat.
I don't know. It might be like a wolf where they can eat a shit ton at once and then not have to eat for a while.
Either way, he's going to fucking destroy your rations.
Hell yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, so that's why
And-
we're gonna not do this.
He has earned them.
And this kitty,
Stop feeding wild animals.
you have successfully now made this cat want more treats.
Good
So-
job, I'm gonna maul you now.
It no longer cares about Lionel. It is exclusively following you, Weirs, and it's kind of it occasionally meows for more
Motherfucker,
rations.
Weirs.
What you fucking done?
Alright, well,
This is all your fault. This thing's not gonna leave us alone, so maul us all of our fucking food.
alright, then I'm gonna take out a
You're
second thing of
so dead in
rations,
Miami.
and I'm gonna hand it out to Lionel, and I'm gonna be like, he seemed to like these, do you want them back?
The cat follows the ration packet.
It's like,
Oh,
Again,
okay,
sort of
so-
playfully, sort of
here's-
leaps around towards Lionel, who's now holding a packet of rations.
Sorry, I'm what?
Weirs just handed you rations.
Why?
I was
I
holding
don't...
it. I was holding it out to you if you wanted to feed
Oh.
the cat.
Well, sorry, I'm fucking reading
didn't
up
just-
how jaguars eat. So jaguars'
I
daily
can
food
just
intake
throw it into his
varies.
hands.
Jaguars' daily food intake varies between 2.6 to 3.3 pounds.
Jesus
The food palette of a
Christ.
jaguar is wide, encompassing at least 87 species ranging from tapirs, birds, sloths, turtles, rodents, to reptiles, monkeys, frogs, and deer.
Jesus.
So basically, just if we're on the road, the jaguar can probably fucking handle itself, especially when we just chill out to camp.
Yeah.
So we don't need to fucking waste our rations on it, Weirs. I'm rejecting the rations.
Jaguar's just gonna kind of like bounce around, just staring at this ration. It's basically
I'm gonna
like
throw it
a pack of Meow Mix.
Fuck's sakes.
I'm
You-
gonna underhand toss it like 2.5, 3 feet away.
Hold on.
I just watch him pounce on it.
Chuck it.
He catches it midair.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Oh, that was so cool!
You're wasting our food.
As
Like
adorable as this
paper
is-
wrapping and all, just destroys it.
As
Right, you're
adorable as
wasting
this
your
is, can we please not waste rations on the jaguar? It can feed itself, I promise. It's not like a house cat, it can hunt.
Mm, well, if you say so, but
Stop
still,
feeding
I had extra.
And now you don't. Onwards.
Well, if it wants to follow us, then we'll let it follow us. Maybe it could. I mean,
I have absolutely
jaguars
no...
are very good at, well, killing things. Well,
I
no,
have
actually, that's a bad thing.
absolutely no objections to having a jaguar. I promise.
I have a few objections considering that we can't really.
No objections are overruled.
uh,
I'm just gonna mark this down as amazing road encounter.
Yes.
Listen, if we're taking this jaguar with us, then you have to train it.
Oh,
Okay.
elephant.
Here is
That's,
a stat block for it. There's a panther stat block, not a jaguar, but close enough.
I mean, that's the same thing.
Are they the same thing?
Close enough.
Yeah,
Black Panther is just-
Panthers don't exist.
Okay.
No, like actually, panthers don't exist. It's a sub thing of jaguars.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. I didn't know
Black
that.
Panthers are just jaguars. If you look close, you can see
I
the
know-
spots, but their entire fur is dark, so it blends in really well.
I know
Really?
this purely because I was on the no stupid questions subreddit, if you know that.
Yeah.
And one of the posts was, "Do panthers exist?" I thought this man was just retarded, and then I ended up learning something.
Huh. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
if you
That's
look at,
interesting.
like, if you look at like this, for example, how you can see on his body, he's got the jaguar spots.
Yeah, I always thought it was like an alligator versus crocodile thing, where they're both very similar but from different areas.
No,
Nah, not quite.
Huh, cool.
no, they're just melanistic.
Regardless, they are cute.
That's a
is
good
what
ass
matters.
kitty. That's a very, very cool kitty.
Oh shit! I have to train this thing. All right.
You continue on your way down the path, and the jaguar again mostly sticks to Weir's because Weir's has given him food.
You're an asshole.
I base
then
this
I said-
purely on my cat's behavior. My cat does not give a single shit about anything other than who gives her food.
Fuck! I'm gonna. Thanks to Weirs, I'm gonna have to treat train this thing.
I have a cat now.
We have a cat now.
For mostly me.
What do you? I'm not feeding this thing.
I'm also not feeding this thing. Weirs is the one that fucked everything.
So, you guys.
Well, I mean,
Also,
you know.
can I just say, before Grant fucks something, we need to some way to keep
No
our
one fuck
rations
the
safe
Jaguar.
while we sleep at night, because I don't want this jaguar ripping into our bags and eating all of our
I
food.
can hold them. I can hold them because I
Yes,
don't have.
put
to
them
sleep.
inside Gar.
Yeah, or nothing else.
You guys wake up to the jaguar literally like gnawing on my arm. Like I'm just like sitting here like, please get it off.
Yeah, nothing else. Gar can babysit the jaguar.
Did I
and all
say,
other stuff.
Tyler, did I say you don't have to sleep at all, or do you still have to power down? I don't actually remember.
I don't remember the exact way it was worded, but it's something like
Hang on.
when I'm in my like sleep state, I still can like see and hear everything that's happening around me. I'm still like technically awake. I just can't really move.
As a
around.
Warforged, you go into an inert state every day at a time of your choice. Your Warforged gains the benefits. No, this is different from long rest. So powering down is you gain all benefits of a long rest except for restored HP, and it's 4 hours. An 8-hour long rest isn't sleeping, you're just kind of fixing yourself up.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yeah, he gets to stay up.
Okay.
As long as I don't have to regain health, yeah, I kind of get to stay up.
Cool.
So yeah, perfect. You can just babysit the jaguar
Yeah. So
while the rest of us sleep.
as you all continue to travel onwards for the next 2 or 3 hours, the sun very slowly begins to set, and
Can Lasora Ride the Jaguar. Is it big
Oh,
enough?
Oh my god.
Let's train it first.
Maybe not with full armor, but you can certainly
Right, but
try.
would it hypothetically be possible?
Yes.
You can certainly try.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
I want it to be exactly like that picture I
We can
posted from
certainly
that.
not cry right now.
Yeah. Mostly a wild jaguar that just wants food. Fucking jump on its back.
I'm just saying, in general, it is possible in the future, and so we should make it happen.
Good.
God.
Alright, so night falls. You guys find a pretty decent spot to make camp. And you set up camp. And Kitty sticks around camp. You all put your...
I'm going to eat my one ration for the day.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give the rest of them to Gar.
Okay.
I'm also gonna eat my one ration and get the rest of Gar.
Yeah, I'll just throw all of mine with Gar, too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing so I don't get raided in the middle of the night.
I now have
Yeah,
like
we're-
all of the rations
Also,
that I don't have to
I
eat.
also really, really, really hope this jaguar doesn't realize I'm a fucking squid.
Oh, no. Smell you.
You can smell
Actually, that's a
you.
good question. Do you smell fishy?
I'd hope not.
I doubt it.
I imagine not, because you don't spend all your time in salt water.
Yeah,
But he just came out of the water not that long ago.
that was a joke.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure
We're
about
not.
that.
We are not sure.
Alright,
Anyways.
so yeah. You guys spend the night, and Gar...
What
Ow.
the fuck was that sound?
Gar crinkles.
Sorry, I'm eating cheese popcorn.
So yeah, Gar, as you just kind of chill outside, because I assume you don't have a tent, as you sit outside on a log or something, and the jaguar basically just sits near you and kind of paws at you, occasionally kind of meows at you. Occasionally tries to like scrape through your metal body, but obviously doesn't work terribly well.
So I give the
I'm pretty
jaguar
sure
one of
Jaguars
my,
don't,
I give
don't
the
meow.
jaguar one of my own rations. Not
God damn it!
Excellent!
I don't have any use for them. I don't eat them.
You don't
It's true.
have rations, do you?
Well,
I
then
thought
why do
we
you
were
have them?
split yours.
I do have rations. I just
Why?
never. I got them back in town.
Why?
Why?
For what purpose?
What the fuck is going on?
You don't use them. Why are you?
Just one.
Just in case he ran into a cat.
So we had a good thing, and you fuckers have ruined it already.
In all honesty, the main reason I have the rations for if we ever ran out, I have 10 extra to flip between you guys.
But now you
Why
have it for
not
a
just
cat.
split it now?
Yep. Okay, well, one of you has to starve for an extra day, sorry.
God.
It's weird. He gets to starve for an extra 3 days.
Yeah,
I,
that's
I
fair.
give one to the cat and then try and pet the cat.
Roll animal handling.
Oh god.
You're a giant, terrifying robot.
Yeah. Oh,
Holy shit.
Kitty fucking loves you.
Holy shit!
Nails it.
Well, Gar is a cat now.
Kitty fucking loves you. Happily eats your rations and then just cuddles up with you.
Not all
Um,
rations, a single ration.
Yeah, what? No, yeah. You love the cat so much that you just give him all the rest of the party's rations.
I mean, honestly, he can have mine. He deserves them.
Oh my god.
Stop eating this fucking cat.
We feed him all rations, and this cat becomes so fat that it just.
I don't have time to babysit you fucking children.
If you keep feeding this fucking jaguar, I'm gonna lead it away from the goddamn party.
I don't know if you can anymore.
I will find a way.
We'll find a way.
This kitty fat, yeet.
Time. Oh look, more rations, guys.
Just, no, God, stop feeding it.
You guys are all asleep.
We're fattening it up for a meal.
Oh my god, God.
Okay, yeah, no.
Don't eat the jaguar.
Oh, I regret Googling fat jaguar. Fucking furry.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm not posting it.
I'm looking it up.
Please don't.
Oh
Please
Flare,
no.
don't.
no. Oh my god, Flare.
I am
no.
not looking it up because
I'm
I
looking it up. Ah, there it
I'm not-
is. There it is.
Well, you piqued my curiosity.
Fuck
Oh
off.
no!
I'm not googling
What
it
have
because
you
I don't want that. in my
Jesus
search history.
Christ.
I brought nothing. You fuckers googled it.
I don't want that in my search history or my memory, so I'm not googling it.
God, what the fuck?
I have seen more than enough fat fetish art to last me my entire life.
Nice.
I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna notice that Jaguar's all over Gar in a similar way he was all over Weirs. And I'm gonna give Gar a stern look until he speaks.
I just stay quiet and continue petting the cat.
Gar?
Yeah.
Is there a reason the cat suddenly loves you?
I'm good with cats. You not remember back at the other town?
God, I hate the monotone.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
I love it. It's good.
It's fantastic.
And that is
I
a
hate-
fair point. Can I roll like deception there?
I don't typically do like deception or whatever rolls against the own party, but that is a good point.
Yeah.
Like Lionel, he did have like 5 or 6
let's
cats
roll
climbing over
deception
him earlier.
against Insight here.
All right, go for it.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
Purely because I have a +4 insight. Suck my ass.
Well,
Well, shit. Not to believe them.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well,
And again,
fuck.
The
Plus
best part
he-
is I
plus
can give
I-
you back all your rations.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Plus, I probably don't know he has extra rations. So, like, when he gives us all of our rations back, then I have nothing to be suspicious about.
yeah.
So, goddamn it. All right then.
Weirs, when you wake up, or when you wake up and you come outside, Jaguar sees you and kind of just trots away from Gar just a little bit and just looks up at you.
Aw, hey kitty.
We're don't.
This is the
What?
worst idea you've ever heard.
Its tail sort of flops around quickly.
I'm leaving.
Do not give the cat any more food.
I'll meet you all on the road.
Alright.
I'm following.
Yep, we start
We're all
going.
packed up.
We're going.
Let's get my stuff picked up and I'll go too.
All right.
We's going. I'm going to get a Pempus.
Okay. All right. So you guys pack up, you head out on the road, and the Jaguar absolutely follows.
Fucking hell.
Today it's a little on the misty side. It's not fully
believe you
raining,
got a
but
cat.
it's like sort of sprinkling where it's kind of foggy and the rain makes it a little harder to see. The cat is shiny as hell because it's just very slightly damp. Little uncomfortable, but everything's fine. And as you guys make your way further down the river, you notice a very peculiar sight.
Another cat.
Well, yes. And actually a strangely familiar sight. There is,
Uh-oh.
I mean, you're sort of on the side of a forest. And as you walk, you see a cart upside down in a tree.
What the hell?
I swear
However-
to God, you rolled the same random encounter on
No.
your dumb table.
I did not. However, this time there seems to be a guy, like kind of at the bottom of the tree, just kind of scratching his head. Sort of an older gentleman with a long, basically just a long goatee, and sort of short gray hair. And he's just kind of looking up at this cart, scratching his head. You see he has some pretty significant scratches and bruises kind of around different parts of his body. And as you all approach, he kind of turns and looks at you, and almost with like trying to be wary, kind of tucks himself behind the tree and says, "Carry on, strangers."
I would also be scared if I saw 3 dudes, a dwarf, a robot, and a jaguar.
Yeah.
Wait, am I disguised?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Uh-oh. Wait, am I disguised?
Listen, the minute we're assuming that the minute you see a person,
Oh, I just put it on, yeah.
Yeah.
you just,
Yeah.
you just go.
Yeah, I've been going under that
Are
assumption.
you having some trouble there?
Yeah, is that your cart?
It says, well, it was.
How do-
How the hell did he get up there?
My question exactly.
I have no idea.
If
Well,
anything, this seems like an epidemic.
I was pushing it down this road. It hit something. I think it was just a small bump, and suddenly it shot up into the air. Then it was in the tree.
And those fucking runes, those fucking Nazim runes.
Mm.
Just happened here. All right.
Says I was holding on to it, so I got thrown probably 30, 40 feet away, and, well, got a little beat up, but I'll be okay.
Out of curiosity, has this happened to you before?
No? Why?
Just curious.
Why would have this... Okay.
No reason. Don't mind it. Would you like some help getting it down? If we can.
I would greatly appreciate that, yes.
I'm gonna climb.
And then
the
we're
tree.
just just immediately like magic. So
Can only
That's
imagine what
all,
Wirce is gonna do.
Can you let me go first here? I'm gonna climb the tree and see if it's like the last one where like there's fucking branches impaling it and it literally can't move. or if we
It
can
is
save it.
very much just like that.
like I'm definitely available to levitate, but I was actually gonna do fucking detect magic.
I'll actually give you a bit of a wild card here. You detect a trace of magic. You detect sort of off to the side of the path. It seems like there used to be magic there, recently-ish. However, it has recently been not dispelled, but used. You would recognize it as a rune, essentially. And once it is activated, the magic disperses.
I'm gonna just wander over to where it was and just kind of like poke at the area to see if there's anything left.
There isn't. Well, actually, kind of. Are you looking for magic, or are you looking for like a physical item?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me investigation.
That button.
Nice. You find a
those are
small, kind of like silver dollar-sized stone, fairly smooth on one side with some magical inscriptions on the other side.
Ooh. Do I recognize any of these? I like any of what the inscriptions might mean, just from, looking at magic shit in the past.
You might have a bit of an idea. Especially judging from context clues, it very much seems like something that would be used to propel something.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just gonna hold it up and be like, I think I found it.
On what?
The older salesperson kind of walks up towards you and says, "What is that? That just looks like a pebble."
Well, I think it was the blasty magic rune thing that set your card up there.
That tiny thing sent my cart in a tree.
Well, I mean,
Go on the inscription, stupid.
Yes, I've never
Yeah, like, I was
never
holding
cared
it
much
out.
for magic.
to see. So
And he kind of takes a look at it and goes, "Why the hell? Whatever. I've seen many strange things in my days as a trader, though this is certainly amongst the strangest." Says, how can we get this down?
Well, does anyone have an axe or a saw or something? Because there's branches going through the wagon, so there's no moving it as it is right now.
Says,
I
I
only have a hammer.
have a short sword if it
I
helps.
also only have a hammer.
The older
Where's the
guy,
hammer, bro?
older guy says, "I have a short sword if it helps."
I mean, I'm proficient. I can use a hammer.
Of course, you can use a hammer. That's the only weapon you use.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can use a sword.
Okay.
I feel like if you get in this tree, the branch is gonna break and the wagon's gonna come crashing to the ground.
Killing
That's
someone.
very fair.
I
It won't kill me.
No, what if it kills the guy who owns the cart and just crashes down on top of him?
Well, damn.
mean, I would imagine you would probably stand clear before a 600-pound robot climbs into a tree.
People are idiots. You can't really be sure.
I'll take the short sword from the dude
Okay.
and just try my best. Like, how thick's the branch that's impaling the the wagon?
So there's only one branch that's going through the wagon. The rest of the wagon is just sort of sitting on different branches. And the branch that's going through it isn't crazy thick, so with enough like hacking and sawing, you should be able to get it off.
So yeah, I'm just gonna fucking hack away at it with the short sword until it chops off the tree.
Okay. Yeah, it chops off, and you see the cart kind of very slowly start to sink down as the branches that were supporting it
Yes.
start to fall.
Yeah,
Levitate.
I will kick the cart.
Okay. Yeah,
As
as
just me saying your fucking name would be enough, but no, we're
Weir's
more
levitate.
Weir's use levitate.
Hell yeah.
God damn it.
That's super effective.
It's
Ooh,
what
getting
I'm here
close to-
for.
I'm close to bingo now.
Wait, isn't there like an oh shit, there's like an actual Pokemon move like that too. I think it's called telekinesis or something.
Yeah, but telekinesis fucking sucks
This
and no one
kind of
uses
something
it.
mundane and stupid. We are helping somebody. I don't think so. Mundane and stupid is like I levitate the ale to my face. Something stupid like that.
Which I would
Um,
absolutely do.
Yeah.
For this, we're helping someone.
So yeah, the branches start to break and the cart starts to fall out of the tree, and the guy like holds his hand up to block his head, and you see him start to wince, like the cart with all of his goods is about to shatter, and 3 feet off the ground it just stops midair and very slowly floats down. And there is a bit of a hole in the middle of it, but he kind of runs up to it as it touches the ground, and he goes, "Oh, thank you sincerely, strangers. Your help is truly appreciated."
Don't mention it.
Iris is just beaming.
And he kind of looks around
He's
at
proud of himself.
Every fucking time you use levitate, I did something.
Well, I mean, Jimmy. I mean, you know,
Listen, he did a good thing. Let him be happy.
he did a good thing. Let him be happy. To use its spell for more good.
I used it for something other than dwarf eating, okay? It's a good thing.
Yeah.
but dwarf eating is the best thing.
Dwarf eating is the best thing.
Dwarf.
That's fair.
So he kind of sorts through, and you see he seems to be an ale dealer, and he's carrying some sort of fine different types of alcohol between different holds.
Oh, Sora.
Oh.
He says, "Do any of y'all like, or do any of you all like ale? I have some fine ales. I can
Rot. What have you
I
allow
brought
you to
upon
sample."
us?
I just pat Lasora on the back and I gently shove her forward.
Sora just T-pose.
Do any of you all like ales?
Hey, I'll be right back. Assumed I just kind of
T-posed.
continue being with the party and playing with the cat.
Gar immediately T-poses.
He's stuck.
Fuck you, Grant.
Whenever Tyler goes AFK, Gar just blue screens.
Amazing.
Okay. Yes. No. There's definitely if there's any sort of alcohol, Lasora is all for it.
He says, I unfortunately do not have a significant amount to spare, though I'd be more than happy to fill up your tankards.
I offer the bottle and also my water skin.
He,
I assume Lasora drank a bottle of rum already and also
Oh,
her
I'm
water
sure.
skin.
It's gonna be the strongest ale, and you're gonna be pissed drunk.
Fantastic. I also have to go to the restroom, so I'm gonna be right back, but I will pass on the booze.
Okay. He says, well, this is the best that I have. It is incredibly strong. So, good luck. And he fills it up.
Oh no, good luck.
And
Yes!
it, like most ales that you've seen are, sort of a golden color. And this one is like almost an amber color. It's very dark. And it fills up and it smells phenomenal. It smells like butter almost.
Butter.
Yeah, like
it's butterbeer from fucking Harry
Butter-
Potter.
yeah,
God.
like it's some of the best smelling alcohol that you've ever ever seen, and you take a sip of it, and it is phenomenal shit.
Lasora, can I request that you wait until we set up camp before getting?
She's
this
already
drunk?
chugging it.
Roll a con save.
Oh fuck.
The guy's like, "Good luck," and he hands it over, and you just go.
What have you brought upon us, sir?
What have you done? What have you done?
You finish one of your 2 drinks, and you feel very intoxicated. You're not like, completely fucked up, but I mean you're very intoxicated. You're more than your usual like drunken but functional state. You're drunk.
Well, good for bingo, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
that was.
Says, "Ma'am, I should reiterate, this is incredibly strong. Please do be careful."
She heard.
I love
Chugged
it.
Oh god, what happened?
Lasora chugged it.
Oh my god.
I chugged the water skin.
And she's drunk. She's now drunk.
Fantastic.
I still have another bottle of it, of the ale.
Please
Chug,
don't.
chug.
No.
I'm gonna take the other bottle away from her.
Good.
You don't
She
stop
can-
this thing. Stop.
No,
She-
no,
she just-
mine.
You don't get it. You do not get it.
No. Ah, ah.
I kindly go up to the old man and be like, "What the fuck's in this?"
Lusaur's just running away.
Where's Slippin' at me?
He just says, "I."
I levitate the squid.
I had to
Why
stay
are
out of
you doing
reach
the
somehow.
Now magic has been used for something stupid.
There we go.
I had to keep the alcohol out of her reach.
No,
I'm a dead man.
Mine. Ah.
For the love of God, keep me up here until she calms down.
Give me my ale.
Alright.
I do not want to die.
Alright, I can hover the squid for a whopping 10 minutes.
10 minutes will be enough.
She can't really jump with her armor.
Too short.
She's short and she also has heavy armor.
This older salesman is just kind of looking up at the fucking squid levitating like 10 feet in the air while
Not a squid, but
at this guy levitating like 10 feet in the air while Lasora jumps up for him, and he looks back towards you, Lionel, and goes, "You all are a very strange bunch."
Look what disaster you wrought.
I slide back to the guy. More.
Do not give her more.
please don't.
Do not.
Yeah, I'm just gonna back up some behind Lionel just so she doesn't get the bright idea of like trying to knock me out of concentrating on levitating.
He says, "The ale is stronger than just straight vodka, although the brewing process makes it so it's more difficult to taste the alcohol, so I suppose it is a little dangerous
Why would you
for
make something like this.
chugging
Why would
it."
you think that is smart.
Give me more.
You're not getting any.
Do not give her more.
Says-
Yo,
Ma'am,
Right,
Be on your
deep
way.
idea.
I would
I need to drown my sorrows.
I would like
Do that
to
every day.
I would like to give you more, though unfortunately this is extremely
Actually-
expensive.
Where? Where is this brood? Where is this brood? Tell me.
Do not
You
answer
must.
her. I will. Do not answer her.
I will pay you.
And he just sort of
sleep.
Unfortunately, I do not.
Shit.
he just sort of sighs and says, "It is from my family's brewery not too far outside of Yori."
Why would you tell her?
I do
Well,
know
listen.
Chaos Bolt, so I
Wait,
can
outside
help
of
her
where?
out,
Yori.
but it's
We're on
probably
our
not
Yori.
way
yet.
right now.
Oh, we're going to Yori. Oh, good.
We're
We're
on our
heading
way
to
there
the
right now.
Why
God
would
damn it.
Tell her
Oh,
that.
no.
What
Alright,
is the name
new
of this
plan.
brewery?
Fuck the graveyard, let's turn around and leave.
Well, this is unfortunate.
Let's just
What
go
is the
back
name
to
of
our
this
house
brewery? I must
for the
know.
next 3 months,
He
while
said-
sober.
It is
Do
the
not tell her anything.
He just sort of sighs and says, "It is the Amber Leaf Brewery."
Why?
Ember Leaf?
Amber.
Amber.
Amber like the gem.
We all miss her.
Amber Leaf, okay.
Why are you
Good.
telling her this?
Alright, guys, I have an idea out of character. Let Lasora drink the other flask or whatever she has.
Oh
Because
no.
then she'll fucking black out, hopefully.
We can only dream.
And that,
Either that or she becomes a master of the drunken fist.
I
God.
say it's worth the risk.
And worst case, if it doesn't work, it'll be funny.
I take my staff and knock the shit out of Cardi's hands
Oh.
into mine,
Could you not?
and then I
Okay.
just give it to Lasora.
Oh
Why are
no.
you doing this? What
Drink
are you?
up.
Are you
Fuck,
sure
idiot.
that's the bet? Oh, okay.
You've doomed us all.
And she chugs it.
Yes,
I'm just gonna
I
let
do.
Cardi down.
Roll a con save with disadvantage.
My precious.
No.
Not one, not one.
Pass the fuck
Pass
out
out,
on
pass out.
Ooh,
Not
that's pretty
four.
low.
You get about halfway through the bottle and then blackout.
There, there we go.
Oh,
Well,
I guess it did work.
that, yeah.
And
What did I miss?
well, Lasora blacked out.
You're carrying Sora the next day.
Okay. I think I can put the pieces together at this point.
Oh god.
Lasora got pissed drunk on the best ale she's ever had, and now she's out like a light.
Motherfucker.
I was pretty close then for what I guess. Okay.
This is I am afraid I must be on my way unless the rest of y'all wish to taste. I can't say I've ever seen anybody react quite like that though.
We're on our way to. Unfortunately, we're on our way to Yori like you. So.
I was making my way towards lands before, well, my cart got launched into the air. So I will bid thee farewell. I must make this
Oh.
delivery and I will return to my home.
Do you think you can make it with the cart damage?
It is not a large issue, and I mean, like there's a bit of a hole in the middle of the cart, and it punctured probably one of the barrels of the mead, the ale, but everything else is pretty much intact.
Well, alright. If you gotta get going then have a safe trip. Watch out for weird runes in the road. I still don't know why that was there.
Says, yes, thank you again, strangers. Farewell. And he kind of, like, looks back, looks at the jaguar, looks at the blacked out dwarf, and then just, like, power walks away with his cart.
Amazing.
No one can blame him. All right, so Gar's carrying the Sora, and we go on our way.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna pocket the rune pebble just for the lulz.
If we,
Alright.
see
That's a good
that,
idea.
if we see that brewery, we ignore it.
Alright, you guys carry on your way?
We carry on our way, we carry the dwarf.
Alright. Sorry, you're fucking out.
Good thing the dwarf is small. Carryable.
Gar just also crams Lasora inside of his compartment.
Oh god!
Oh no!
I don't think I want to see that head tie.
Oh!
More. Robo
Oh.
more.
No, oh no, don't give me ideas. That just makes me want to have Lasora figure out a way to control Gar from the inside.
Oh, God.
I'm no, I'm fucking done. I'm
All right,
Bye.
time out, time out,
Sora
time
getting a
out.
robot.
Lasora getting the robot.
Right.
Speaking of timeouts, I'm gonna go refill my drink and get a snack,
I'm
so
gonna get a
I
snack.
hate you all.
I'm gonna go get a drink and forget I ever heard that.
I fucking hate you all.
Get in the robot, Lasora.
For the love of God, no! We talked about cramming things into your compartment. God.
I didn't even get Pepsi because I forgot to put Pepsi in the fridge and it's all lukewarm. I want Pepsi now though.
Oh,
Kitty.
he's Kitty.
It's Kitty!
He's Kitty.
I get see Kitty!
I love Kitty.
I also love Kitty. I wish I had Kitty right now.
Oh, alas.
Are we all dead yet?
Unfortunately, no.
Eh. God damn it. Thank God she failed that second save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thought was she's already too drunk to walk, so Gar's gonna be carrying her anyway. Might as well have her not be an annoying cunt the whole time.
Listen, she's still sad about what happened at Lands.
I know, but like, God damn it.
She needs to drink.
I
a
know,
lot.
but God damn it.
What happened? What'd y'all break?
Get in the robot, Lasora. Also, I was also saying that I didn't get any Pepsi. And I'm sad because I forgot to put it in the fridge.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Also, Cola, your quote,
I've been looking
the
up Worst Things Lionel is cool when he looks up to him.
thicken your robot, the word was in thicken.
It's true.
In the God.
And
Which I think is even funnier than thicken.
Thank you.
Alex is still drinking the memories away.
God.
E.
We don't need Alex. Let's just say we continue down the road. Gar carrying Lasora.
Hold on. On the contrary, you continue down the road, Gar carrying Lasora.
God.
That's what I said.
Exactly.
That is the point.
Alright, so no, I'm eating snacks.
I'm
They're
also
good.
eating snacks. I got cheese balls.
Okay, I meant to search that, but instead I just sent you the name of the file.
Thank you, Jackie.
What?
I just got a message from Jackie, just long and thick.
Okay, so I'm very tired. I meant to search our DMs for that because that's what I titled the file of the thick robot that Grant made me in Thicken.
God damn it.
Please post long and thick. Please upload it.
One sec.
We must see this thick boy.
I still have it. It's not very thick, but he made me make it more thick than it initially was.
Yeah, you originally made my robot really skinny, and he had to be thicker.
Mm-hmm. It is a while down because it's pretty old.
He had to be in thickened.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me take a guess as to
I don't think I kept the sketch version, and the sketch version was what I called long and thick.
You're not too
Okay.
far off.
I
Yeah, but
love
this was
the
the thing.
fucking like
What, the fucking Beyblade launcher?
yeah, just the sudden just like you go from just skinny thick.
Yeah. He is best robot in the worst campaign
Mm-hmm.
Looks
that
like a fucking
I had to
Lego
bail
toy.
on.
He does.
So,
It's a shame that campaign was such a clusterfuck, because that was cool.
yeah. I really want to play him again. Anyway. So you guys continue on down the road. Jaguar still following you, still mostly hanging out with Gar or Weirs because
Because food.
because food. But still will occasionally kind of rub up against other people. He seems to just occasionally try to lick Cardi for seemingly no reason. But he sort of, kind of weaves between the party for a little while. Lasora just flopped on Gar's shoulder as you guys continue making your way. And you take a rest that night. I assume you load all of your rations into Gar's chest and
Yes.
spend the night. Once again, the cat just snuggles with Gar all night long. And next day. Fourth day isn't too eventful.
Everyone take away a ration.
Yep.
Except for Lasora, who didn't eat at all.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, Lasora, you probably wake up around 5 in the morning. Because
Very hungover and very hungry.
the last event was maybe 3 p.m. So you were asleep for like a solid 14 hours.
God.
Oh, I feel
And
that.
you wake up and you just feel awful. Now it feels you feel less hungover or feel less pain hungover. Like you know, there's a different hangover for every type of alcohol, and this actually seems less awful than you're used to. But you also drank about twice as much as you're used to, so you wake up, you're fucking starving.
Oh god, what did I come back to?
Alex, take away a ration, just real quick.
Okay.
Sora woke up hungover at 5 in the morning.
Not my problem.
She's crawling over to. Well, she's checking her pack actually.
Not there.
She crawls over to Gar.
He's just sitting on a log playing with the cat.
She slams. Oh right, the cat is there. Lays on top of the cat.
Also, why are we saying the cat's all up against Gar? The cat needs to fucking sleep too.
I mean, well, yeah, true.
Yeah,
like,
he curls up next to him.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, Lasora is like going up to Gar, slams her face into his chest, and then starts knocking on it.
Hello, is anyone home?
Hello, is anybody home?
Gar, there is a dwarf slamming. He said, "Can I help you?" You're a little quiet, Tyler.
Sorry.
Food. Eat food. Need food.
I look over at the cat first to make sure it's asleep before I reach out and pull out a single ration and hand it over to you.
I take it in my mouth, and I drag my stupid ass over back to my sleeping spot, and then I just shove it all in my face. All.
Amazing.
No, actually no. She lays it out, and then she just face plants into her food.
Okay. Yeah, you like position it on the pillow and then just fall straight forward, mouth wide open.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you eat your food, you drink some water, and you feel. Do you even have water?
No.
Fucking take one of our waters, probably.
Yeah, please. Oh my god, stop.
Fuck, I'm so hungover. Oh, good, I have more alcohol.
I drink everyone's water.
Everyone's water?
Okay, no. I drink. Who am I gonna take? Can I roll for who's?
I'm just gonna
Sure.
offer to share mine.
Well, everyone's asleep at this point.
Alright, good point. Well, then hopefully you steal from me, because I'll be the least mad about it, probably.
They're the third person. That's Does Cardi have water?
That's a good fucking question.
Does Cardi have water?
I feel Cardi needs water.
I feel like Cardi would need water.
Yeah,
So
probably.
you steal his water.
I steal Cardi's water. It makes sense. Cardi was my traveling companion.
I'd probably be the least mad at, or the second to least mad about it. Who knows? I probably wouldn't even fucking care.
So do you just chug all of his water for like the next 3 days of the trip?
I hope he's at least
I just go-
surprised, at least.
I just go fill it up in a nearby stream.
I mean, there is a river nearby. It's not exactly the cleanest water, but I suppose it would work.
Well, I'm
fucking
drinking. Well,
alien,
I'm
you
drinking
forget
his
there.
water for
Sure.
now, for this night.
Okay. Okay.
And if nothing else, I can give Cardi some of mine to replace what I would have shared with Lasora instead. Or something. I don't know.
All right. So in the morning, when the sun does finally rise, Lasora is that.
Thanks, son. I hate it. I just pull some sort of fabric over my eyes. Something over my eyes.
Everybody
Anything
else,
to knock
everybody
out the
else is getting
sun.
ready for the day, and Lasora is just being all of us before D&D.
Who the fuck is all of us? All of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being fucking Tyler and Alex before D&D.
And
And Sydney.
Jackie's never tired for D&D though.
So you're
I got,
never
like-
here 15 minutes beforehand. I am.
True.
She only
I
sounds
got, like,
dead.
I got like 5 hours of sleep, dude.
Jesus.
I'm dying.
Well, props to you for
I'm
for still being alive.
I may have been up until 4:30 playing Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
and then up until 5:30 because I couldn't sleep.
What else is new?
A few nights ago, Cola and I started playing Dark Souls 3, but in first person. And
Oh my god.
Yes, it's awful.
and
How does
the
that-
I had work at 9 in the morning the next day, and I'm like, all right, I'll stream this. I got home at 8. I'm like, I'll stream this till 11. Don't want to play for too long. I want to ration out Dark Souls anyway, so I don't want to play too much. And we stopped playing at about 1 in the morning.
Yes.
Amazing.
And then I spent like another hour prepping different ideas for my build.
So it was about 11 o'clock, and I'm like, didn't you say you were going to stop at 11? And he's like, it's fine. And then 5 minutes later, it's midnight.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, don't you have work? And he's like, it's fine. And then at 1 in the morning, I'm just like, okay, we need to stop.
And then we do stop, and I'm like, hey, you want to go kill one more boss?
And we kill one more boss.
And suddenly it's 5 a.m. Trust me, I've been there.
Yeah.
No, we actually did stop at like 1:30, thankfully.
I'm proud of you. You have more self-control than me.
Anyway, you all
Jackie?
find yourself in Dark Souls.
Jackie, you should get
Me?
you
I
should
should
get
what?
on you should get on melatonin again, just because like
Mhm.
it forces you to sleep. Just like, I want to go sleep in half an hour, and you
Yeah,
take it,
I
and
love melatonin.
you just fucking, you're dead. You can't keep playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Ugh.
So
I
anyway,
I probably need melatonin to just get me
It's
to
like-
sleep.
It's like $10 on Amazon, and it's not like a sleeping pill. It just
Yeah.
like melatonin is the chemical your body makes to make you tired, so you just give your body more of that.
Exactly.
it's
I used
literally
to
not like
for,
some
a little
knockout
while
pill
back
or
in
some
middle
shit.
school, but I kind of got off of it. But lately I've been having trouble falling asleep quickly, so I just kind of toss and turn for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I hate
So I
that.
should probably pick it back
yeah,
up
it's,
again.
it's literally like $9 on Amazon for 365 pills.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll take one. I'll go and like fuck around on my computer or on my phone for 30 minutes, and then I'll decide to go to sleep, and I'm out within 5 minutes.
Nice. Very nice.
Is good shit. Anyway, speaking of sleep, you all wake up.
Oh, the one we used isn't in stock.
Yeah. I bought 1 milligram.
Melatonin is
Recently.
melatonin.
What are these? 3?
Yeah. I bought
3
1
for
because the
free.
threes were knocking me out so goddamn hard that I would sleep like 14 hours, so I wanted less.
Yeah, I do that anyway, so I'm gonna not get the 3. I oversleep so much. It's terrible.
Oh, hold on. Fucking, which one did I get? Nicolas Cage
Dungeons and
pillow.
Dragons, everybody. Hope you're having a good time.
Hold on, I'm trying to find math. That's not math, that's stuff. Oh yeah, it's that fucking
Math is
projector
stuff,
that I bought
But not
for
all stuff is math.
Shimmering Halls. There you go. This shit's like $4 if you buy it with something else on Amazon.
Oh, sexy.
Oh, it's an add-on.
Yeah.
I need like an empty spray bottle anyway.
I'm tired.
Because apparently just like water and vinegar makes for a great fucking deodorizer.
Yep.
And this house smells like dog. So
Okay. So really not too much more eventful stuff happens on you guys' trip. Lasora gets slightly less fucked up over time.
What the fuck? frequently bought together, 1 milligram melatonin, plus 3 milligram melatonin, plus 5 milligram melatonin. It's like roulette. How long are you
Like a
gonna
lot of
sleep?
melatonin.
Like put them all in one bottle, shake it up. It's roulette. How long you gonna fucking
So
sleep?
apparently, if you take more than about 10 milligrams of melatonin, you have like crazy lucid dreams.
Ooh.
So I kind of want to like that would be a really fun roulette. Like you get 50 milligrams of melatonin, and you take it and you just fucking sleep for like 2 days straight, and you have it's just fucking LSD dreams.
You're in the fucking hyper zone.
I don't know. I feel like 50 milligrams of melatonin will probably kill you.
Hey,
Probably.
you just wake up. You
Yeah.
wake up just a week later.
5 more minutes.
Can Sora just piggyback on Gar again?
Yeah. Lasora wakes up still fucking destroyed. Just jumps right back on Gar's back.
She just clambers back on his back, just.
You're inconveniencing him too much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she's really not.
All right.
Holy shit.
So as you guys are getting much closer to Jory, you do start
Yori or
to
Yori, you said both.
yeah.
Yori, got it.
Okay.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
What the fuck just came out of your face?
As you guys are approaching Jory, you do start to see more people, and there's a few things on the side of the road now, and it's not just forest. You'll see small farms, you'll see like meaderies and things like that. None of them have the name that you remember. What the fuck is it? Was it Amberleaf? I think that's what I said.
Amberleaf.
Yes, you
You're
came
the
up-
one who said it, Mick.
I know. I lose track of things I say. Yeah, none of them so far say Amberleaf. You see some farms, you see just like houses and things like that. Just basically like small areas outside of the larger city. And you sort of continue on your way. You pass a couple people going by. Most people are just doing their own thing, carrying carts of wheat or hops or whatever. Although notably, a lot of people, kind of look over at your Jaguar, who just kind of hangs by the party side. Really,
Oh, it followed us into town. Wonderful.
yeah, he's still following you.
Jesus.
He's just sort of trotting behind the party again, just really more out of curiosity than anything, but also out of please give me more food.
We need to name this fucking cow. We've had him for 5 days.
I will say, during your journey, like especially during today and yesterday, assuming you didn't feed the cat a ton, he probably would have run off into the woods, come back with like a bunny or something like that to chew on.
He's fine.
So like, yeah, he can very, very clearly hunt for himself, but rations taste good. He can hunt for himself, but he can't have like, meat with salt, pepper, and paprika on it. He can only have raw ass bunny or raw ass deer. So human food better. But yeah, as you'll come into town, a lot of people sort of stop and look at the Jaguar. Nobody really stops to pet it, but people are just kind of gazing at it. And as you get closer to town, you do notice at least just sort of one interesting merchant comes by with a cart that looks like a wagon with a sort of an arch over the top of it. And hanging from this arch are different types of meat. And this guy, he has a butcher's knife at his side, and sort of like another sort of fillet knife at his other side. And younger dwarf with just basically neckbeard, kind of trotting his way up. And as he sees y'all and he sees the cat, who immediately walks over towards the butcher's stand and starts looking up at the meat, he kind of stops and he just says, "Well, hello, friends. Nice to see you here with your wonderful pets. Can I interest you in some of my magnificent meat?"
Ha.
I need a meat for my head.
You happen to have meat that cures hangovers.
Well, I always hear that the best cure for a hangover is a big old greasy sausage. Well, yes, I do indeed.
I think I saw a porn video that started that way.
I tried so hard to laugh.
I was gonna say a hamburger because like that's actually what I always use for a hangover cure is a shit ton of greasy meat. But I imagine that hamburgers probably don't exist at this point, so I just said sausage. And he
Excellent. Well, maybe-
Buy a sausage and just shove it into her face hole.
and he takes a link of sausage off and he kind of looks at it and he goes, "Here," and he tosses it at the jaguar, and the jaguar once again leaps up into the air and just chomp.
God.
That'll be 15 gold, please.
That's what this is leading up to.
And the Why the fuck is that so funny? Why the fuck is that so funny? What the shit? That has no business being that funny.
How did I run it? 'Cause I'm
Entire fucking party has the laughing fit. Oh my god.
Have you ever seen this before?
I've never seen that. That's the
this before?
greatest thing I've ever seen.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. It's
so sick.
so sick.
And this guy says, nice to meet you, everybody. Is that the voice? Yeah, close enough.
No?
No.
Was it?
Oh, you like completely changed voices.
I can't fucking remember what voice I used for him.
You did like a dwarf voice.
Oh, I'm gonna use this now. Nice to meet you, everybody. I'm Melvin with Melvin's Magnificent Meats.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Louis Anderson.
He says, I see your pet there is very much enjoying the sausage. Can I interest any of you all in something? I do cook to order, of course. Or you can just get it yourself. And Jaguar finishes up with the sausage and kind of starts trying to climb up on this cart, and kind of reaching up for this like halfway cut up pig. And Melvin takes what looks like a roasting stick and he kind of reaches it out and just pushes the jaguar off the cart.
This man is fearless.
I mean, you probably do.
Why would I be afraid of this kind of animal when I could cut up all... God, I keep changing the fucking voice.
Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with this man?
He's gone.
You went from fucking normal dwarf to fucking Louis Anderson, and now you marry the cable guy.
Oh god.
Why would I be afraid of this kind of animal?
Prilosec is what you worship.
Oh god.
Eat Prilosec.
I'm so,
I'm so proud of
Prilosec.
sick.
I wear the cable guy. Fuck you, Dan.
My god.
Says, why would I be afraid of something like this when I cut him up all the time?
Oh,
I think I've got some fresh jaguar in here.
is that legal?
It's not illegal.
What?
Oh my god, but
I don't like this.
They don't call Melvin's meats magnificent for nothing.
Melvin's magnificent meat.
If you've really got some money to spare, I do have some red dragon.
Oh, this is what?
And he kind of reaches into the bottom of the cart and he pulls out this big ass steak with like you could still see some dragon skin. The scales have been removed, but some like very thick, almost metallic skin around the edge of it.
alright, what's wilder?
Where did you
This
get
or
this?
fucking Thormax eatery?
Thormac had cannibalism, so probably his, but
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like killing a person to cook them up while more fucked up is also less challenging than getting your hands on a red dragon.
it's true. He says, and as he's sort of showing off his meat, the jaguar is very clearly kind of reaching up, trying to grab more. And he goes,
God.
Well, it sounds like you should certainly get something for your jaguar here. He seems very hungry. You don't want to starve him, of course.
Always hungry.
And Melvin's Magnificent Meats has everything you would need for that.
Wiss, any meat that we get for this cat is coming out of your wallet. Or whatever the medieval term for wallet is.
Coin
Bag.
purse.
Coin purse.
Coin purse.
I mean, all right. I'm happy to front it, but
I'm normally generous, but Lionel's had enough of this shit.
Melvin kind of says, would any of you folk care for a sampler?
A sample?
just gotta look at everyone else.
Sure.
Of
A
course.
free sample?
Sure.
Alright, I'll have a bite.
He kind of takes out his fillet knife and he slices off a thin piece of the dragon meat. And off to the side of the cart, he has sort of a little metal plate, and he touches his hand to the plate, and the plate begins to glow red hot. And he just
Nice.
sets the dragon meat on it for a second or two, and you hear as it sizzles under the red hot grill. And he quickly flips it over, and it looks fucking phenomenal. And he does like the Salt Bay thing with as he sprinkles some salt on top of it.
Oh, you
And he takes it
assholes
out and he
making
sets it on the
hungry.
other top of the cart and takes out his butcher's knife and just chop, chop, chop. And he just stands off to the side, and there are four pieces of, or 5 pieces of, I'm gonna say 4. He probably didn't prepare one for Gar. 4 pieces of dragon meat cooked to perfection in front of you.
Does the Sora conscious eat hers?
Barely. No, I mean the Sora would probably be functional by this point.
Nope.
I will eat the dragon bacon.
Nope. Sleep.
Dragon bacon is fucking phenomenal.
Goddamn.
Like some of the
Like-
best stuff you've ever tasted.
Someone needs to shove the bacon in Lazora's face for right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna I like poke and prod.
Walk around,
I don't
walk
know.
around like Gar's bag where Lasora is just
Before
hanging.
we all get excited, I guarantee this is going to cost a fortune.
Oh
It
yeah.
will. I'm not
It's
gonna buy any.
dragon meat.
Lasora has no idea what the fuck is going on. She's
100%.
tired. She's tired and she just wants to sleep.
Lasora, are you awake? And he's just gonna kind of poke at her cheek intermittently.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any cold water, good sir?
He says,
Oh, I got blood.
he says, I do have a few drinks, but those will cost you. I am a traveling
I-
merchant after all.
I have pure dragon blood.
I
Give this to your friend here and she might become a dragonborn.
And he says, well, the dragon meat does have incredible rejuvenating properties as well. Very, very good for hangovers, shall I say.
And good for giving you hepatitis.
What?
What?
what the fuck?
No, man,
Wow.
that's rusty swords, not dragon meat.
Well,
Oh my
either
god,
way.
I forgot that Steven got hepatitis or a rusty sword.
Well, either way, I'm gonna get out my water tin and I'm just gonna be like, should I
Just
splash
dump
her?
it all. Just dump it all over her.
I'm gonna
For
dump it all
fuck's
over.
sakes.
Wake her up.
I dump all my water on the Sora's head.
Why did it not work?
Well, you're awake, right?
No.
Put the dragon bacon in her mouth.
I'm wet. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her her share and mine just to kind of like wake her up a little better.
God.
Just you just slide a piece of bacon into Lazora's mouth.
It's like a fucking coin slide.
That's what everyone's telling me to do. So I'm just gonna go along with it, and I mean, hey, if it doesn't work out, I could blame someone else for the idea. That's how I live my life.
Lasora, you eat the dragon bacon, and as you swallow it, you immediately start to feel better. Almost as if there's a slight magical property with the meat that starts to restore your mental capacity. And
It's almost like it's made of dragon.
exactly. And as you feel it digesting, like your hangover melts away.
Fire.
Oh, you feel better?
Oh, feel awake now.
See, what did I tell you?
No, you're right.
I sit on top of Gar's shoulders and I slap my hair against his face. My wet ass hair against his face.
He's been blinded.
Why?
Well,
Why?
because it's long and she had to move around to get like
Poor
like,
Gar.
onto his shoulder, and just her long hair kind of just ends up slapping his face and just
We know
covers
he's
his
receiver,
face.
god damn, we don't have to treat him like this.
Listen. I do not control the way
I
in
not
which the
control
hair moves. All right.
You also
It's
don't
a
control the speed at which lobsters die, but you don't.
I'm just doing it for flavor's sake. Like, oh god.
So out of character, does the dragon meat do anything besides shit like that?
I mean, you could certainly ask him.
So hey, does the dragon meat do?
What else
Says-
can this dragon meat do?
Well, it has rejuvenating properties, as dragon blood does. Of course,
It's
properly
partial
prepared.
libido.
Of course, properly prepared, it does have to be.
Gives you a raging boner of 1,000 dragons.
you will be rock hard for days.
I can't. Fucking hell, I can't.
It says it is fantastic for curing any mental ailments that you might have, a hangover, a headache. If you're
Is stupidity a mental ailment? As I look at Weirs.
he just goes, maybe. You could certainly buy some and find out.
Damn it, Weirs is the only one who didn't eat
Alright, I
it.
take some offense to that.
Good.
So can I interest you folks in some?
How much?
Well, how many servings are you looking for? That there wasn't exactly a serving. You usually need a little bit more to get the full effects.
How much for one serving?
10 gold.
That's cheaper than I thought. Do we want to buy fucking dragon meat?
He's still like during this conversation, as if he's done it 1,000 times before, just reaching out with his prodding stick or roasting stick and just pushing the jaguar away.
What a good kitty.
What a good kitty.
At one point, he just grabs like a scrap of animal fat and tosses it to the jaguar.
I say we let Weirs buy dragon meat for all of us.
Yeah, Reese is just crossing his arms and he's like, well, I mean, I was going to, but then you were rude to me.
Now's not the time to act like children.
That was
Well, then
the
now's not the time to call me
time to
stupid.
act like children.
Listen, you're both equally stupid if that makes you feel better.
I literally imagine Weirs as a child. Like, when I'm picturing the scenes in my head, Weirs is a child.
I mean, he is pouting like one right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Listen. If it makes you feel better, you're all equally stupid in some way. I'll stop bickering.
Thanks, Cody.
You're welcome.
God.
What the fuck?
And he says, so what'll that be? 10, 20 servings for each of you?
I mean,
Well, each serving is 10 gold, right?
I'm just gonna grudgingly handline a
Can
like
we just-
20 gold.
can we cook it on a campfire, or do we need your special stove there?
You will need something likely hotter than a campfire, unless you can get it within the deepest coals of the fire. Do any of you folks know any magic? Usually just simple fire magic is able to take care of it.
Well, I do.
Ah, well, perfect. Simply hit it with some basic fire magic, and it should be safe to eat for the next 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, well, that's pretty easy. You know, for someone who's studied it a lot, like me.
How many servings are we buying?
I handed you
Okay, so
20 gold. You're
Cardi-
not getting any more out of me.
Cardi doesn't need to eat. Gar doesn't need to eat. So that's 3. And are we buying any for the Jaguar? Let me rephrase that. Are you buying any for the Jaguar?
Are you you buying?
I handed Lionel 20, and whatever you do with that is up to you.
You guys all added your 50 at the start of the session, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think. Hang on. I did not.
I did not, but I did now. So thank you.
There we go. Now I have 93 gold plus the 50 or the 20 I just got from the child.
Wait, is this guy a butcher?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that idea.
No, because I realized I haven't done anything for the past 9 sessions that I should have done.
What do you mean? What?
I need to eat a brain. I need to.
You might
That's
have.
what you were off doing. Then we'll say that's what you were off doing last session.
Oh yeah, no, fair enough.
I mean, this guy might sell brains. You could certainly ask.
Oh, for fuck's. Do it. Ask. Sell dragon
Ask for
brain.
brains.
If Cardi does not eat a brain within the next 2 hours, he will die.
He will
No. If he doesn't eat a brain within the next 2 hours, he just goes like full feral Zoidberg.
Oh god, no.
He goes mating season Zoidberg on everybody.
Oh no.
Absolutely barbaric.
Fucking Cardi is just gonna be Zoidberg for the rest of this campaign.
Oh no. Yeah, we should have seen this coming as soon as we knew it was happening.
Oh my god. I'm so happy.
I still can't get over the fucking homeowner thing.
And you are a homeowner now.
We're a landowner.
Landowner.
We're working on the home part.
I'm gonna buy 2 servings for each of us.
Nice.
Except me, I do not need any.
Yeah, I know.
Robots do
each of
not
us.
eat.
Each of us. I meant the 3 that can eat.
4.
So minus 60 gold.
Okay. And
That's
he
actually mine.
Do I eat? No, I don't eat meat, do I?
You eat brains.
Right, yes, that's a type of meat, but not the right kind of meat.
and he from his dragon steak, he kind of takes out his fillet knife and he slices sort of a small chunk off and separates that into 6 pieces that seem not very big. I mean, like they seem like
They seem enough for a meal.
probably not. Like it seems like it'd be more of a snack than a meal.
So these
and-
aren't rations.
I figured these would be rations.
I'll say they will count as rations. They're small, like they're really small, but they're incredibly filling.
Okay.
So yeah, they will count as rations, but they're rations that will also cure any mental ailment. And he hands them. He just sort of puts them in a paper bag, and just sort of holds them out for somebody to grab onto. And he says, "One nice thing about this is it doesn't really go bad."
Well, that's good. Whew.
Alright, everyone add 2 dragon meat to your inventory.
And I'm sure you want to buy something for the Jaguar as well, correct?
I wonder if they sell Dragon Ball sacks.
No!
No.
I think honestly he's probably
I
gonna get
could.
into this on his own.
In theory, buy a dragon brain and become the most powerful mind flayer alive.
Holy shit.
Do it.
I will.
What if he has fucking
Do it.
dragon brain?
I'm just gonna kind of look around for any other people and just kind of slowly skip to the counter and whisper, "By chance, do you have any? This is gonna sound very odd. There's the brain of a dragon."
And he goes, "Oh, I am unfortunately fresh sold out of those.
Apparently a very, very popular delicacy.
I do have bear brain, I believe, is the most interesting."
Barbaric. Yeah.
Eat it.
I'm interested.
Everybody does have their own tastes, and he kind of digs around a little bit, and he just kind of like opens up one of the cabinets on the side of his thing, and he pulls out just a jar, and inside is a bear brain. And he sets it on the table, and he goes, "Should be 20 gold."
Are you saying a bear brain is more expensive than
Than
dragon
dragon?
meat?
Well, it's a tiny little piece of dragon meat. Like if you bought the whole ass thing of a whole ass dragon steak, it cost you like 300 gold.
Ah,
Yeah, that's fair.
You got
an entire brain for 20.
Yeah, you got like in total maybe 1 sirloin or yeah, maybe 8 ounces of steak total for 60 gold. Fucking fly, get off my screen.
So wait, did everyone get like 2 pieces of this
You,
like
me,
like
and Weirs got
dragon
two.
steak?
Everybody that's capable of eating.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lionel, Weirs, and Lasora all got 2 pieces, which are apparently rations. But they're
I'm
special
just
rations, so save 'em.
imagining they're like medallions, like just medallion shaped like pieces of
scallops?
steak, like fuck, what do you call them? It's like the bacon wrapped like pieces of pork.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
Ow.
those.
Anyway,
Anyway,
brain.
How fresh is this?
he just kind of shrugs.
Killed the brainer this morning.
It's very important.
I killed it this morning with my bare hands.
Well, here at
Shut the fuck up.
well, here at Melvin's Magnificent Meats, we do guarantee the freshness of every meat. Though, frankly, I'm not exactly sure how long I've had that. Should still be good.
Should.
Should.
Does
Should.
Cardanox care how fresh your brain is?
I don't
The
think so.
fresher the brain, the more nutrients you get from it.
It looks fairly fresh to you.
I'll take it.
Okay.
He is the brain expert.
Gordon Ramsay of brains.
Finally, some good fucking food.
It's fucking raw. Good.
I'll take it.
Okay. You buy a bear's brain. Congratulations.
Finally, some good fucking food. And yes, I say this audibly in character.
Good. As you should.
Melvin doesn't judge.
Is Weirs gonna buy anything for the Jaguar?
Again, I'm pretty sure he's going to get it. Get into the bacon and the
Not
rations.
if I
think
have
we'll be
anything
fine.
to say about it.
Melvin is still like at this point he's two-handing his prodding stick, just like knocking off this jaguar who keeps trying to climb up and like maybe grabbed a small taste of the
Control
pig.
your pet.
I apologize for the Jaguar. He's just kind of been following us the past few days, and we haven't trained him yet.
Well, you know the best way to train a jaguar. Is to
Let me
feed it when
guess.
it does something good.
Yeah.
Well, you could always buy some smaller pieces of some cheaper meat. I have pig, cow. Just feed it whenever it does something to your liking.
Well, that might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, sure. Give us
What do you think?
some treat-sized pieces of meat, just a bunch for the Jaguar. How much would that be?
How many treats are you looking for?
A lot.
And he just goes
I don't imagine training this thing will be easy.
for the scrappier
like
kinds
we
of
could all
meat.
Unless someone gets a unless someone
$100
gets a
per
nat
dollar?
20 and just instantly trains it.
Man, that's kind of what Gar did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
Hey, train him to be addicted to food.
Yeah. He says, for a bag full of scraps, not but 5 gold.
How long would out of character? How long would that last us if we
I'm-
just fed him small bits?
I'll
of treats?
literally you can call it a bag of scraps and effectively have infinite scraps for it.
Hell yeah! All right,
Um,
5 gold. I'll even
Still.
pay for it. I'll be nice and pay for it.
Okay. And he
Five
just
gold for infinite food.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it won't be infinite for you guys. Obviously, it's just be if you're feeding it the cat treats, I'm not gonna keep track of it. If y'all are starving and you need to eat the scraps, then it would be like 2 rations worth kind of thing.
Bag of Jaguar treats. There we go.
And he takes his butcher's knife and he just hacks off sort of like a fattier, older part of the pig that's hanging on this arch. And the jaguar sees this and like immediately follows around to see it, and he chops up parts of it and he just tosses it on his grill for half a second and to get it a little bit sizzled. And he just dumps it all into sort of a leather sack and hands it to Lionel.
Okay.
What a good kitty.
Oh, you got a fucking Jaguar.
I
Grant
can't believe we have a
really, really, really wants us to have pets.
Yes,
Just
I do.
to-
Yeah. I can't believe we have a jaguar.
Both because I love.
I'll give you 2 kittens. Oh, you got rid of them. I'll give you a big kitty.
I'll give you a big kitty.
If you get rid of the jaguar, I'm gonna give you a fucking lion.
Oh, Jesus.
Get rid of the lion, you have some sort of weird cat dragon.
Give it.
Yeah.
No,
A
if you
displacer
get
beast.
rid of the lion,
Yeah.
you give us a fucking like oh god, where are they? Like the giant tigers, like the
Yeah.
what do you call them?
A Lionel?
No.
That's half man, half lion.
Close
No,
enough.
they're like alpha like tigers. Like they have like bony plates and shit on them.
I don't fucking
I don't
know.
know, but they're
Alpha
big bonus.
tiger.
Don't look that up.
Do not look that up.
Oh, God,
Do not look that up.
It's a band.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, thank God.
Oh god.
If fucking fat jaguar gave you furry shit, the alpha tiger would be really
A
bad.
dire tiger, yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
I was scrolling to see how far until I got something. So far, I've only found Tony the Tiger from Frost.
Amazing.
I'm waiting.
God, I hate all of you.
I'm waiting.
Oh, then if we get rid of the dire tiger,
Give
we
us
just
a
get an
dire
actual
tiger.
tabaxi child.
Give us an actual tabaxi
You
child.
think we take your kid?
No, we can't. That's
Alright,
why
I
we
can't
should
find
try.
anything.
I like how you actively looked for something horrible.
I
Disappointing.
was curious to see how far I had to
I
scroll.
mean, I guess in fairness, you can already handle Weirs. So, like, what's an actual child to that?
True.
Fair.
Very true. All right.
Just a bit more work.
So yeah, you get your bag of kitty treats, and Melvin with his magnificent meats bids you farewell, and he pushes his cart down the street. I like Melvin. I bullshit him on the spot.
Bullshit.
God.
Alright, anyways, onward.
That's a verb.
Fuck off.
How far are we from Yori?
Like maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Hang on, I hear Simba at the back door. I can tell it's her.
Good.
It's kitty time.
Aw.
Simba is the best kitty.
It's time for kitty.
Hold on. This
Who always
is...
gets around on fucking cats?
I'm so tired. I can't even.
Get normal amounts of sleep then!
No! Fuck you! I wanted to, but I was also drawing cute. I was also drawing cute things, and I lost track of time.
Jesus
Absolutely
Christ.
fantastic.
Were
what
you
we
drawing the Jaguar knowing that we would get it this session?
No,
Yes.
Psychic.
Why not?
because I'm not psychic
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
it's
not?
That's unfortunate.
yet. I'm not psychic yet. I'm working on it.
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is
Nope.
going on?
Good question.
I know I'm the worst DM.
No, you said the worst players.
This is also not false.
We never get any fucking sleep.
I actually went to bed early last night for once, but I'm always tired, so it doesn't really fucking help.
I kind of want to go back onto mobile Discord and lay in bed while we
God.
do this.
Don't do that.
Why not? I'll
Still
still be
fall
here.
asleep for 5 fucking hours.
The Sora's gonna be like
Anyway, we keep
mid-sentence
going
and it's just
past
gonna-
the meat cart and manage. Well, first of all, do we manage to pry the Jaguar away from the meat cart, or does he have a new owner now?
You managed to pry him away from the meat cart. Yeah, that would be the fucking worst thing. You go through all this work for the Jaguar and he just follows the meat cart. Melvin would not allow a Jaguar pet with his meat cart.
Probably turn it into meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so... Sorry.
God.
I keep tapping into chat and seeing Sasuke.
So after quite a bit of a journey, you guys kind of following the main pathway into Hori again. Like I'll say it's Yori. Following the main pathway into Yori again, you eventually kind of on your way, lined by a bunch of pine trees. On the left, you notice the trees sort of differentiate, and rather than pine, there are these sort of golden deciduous trees with like a very golden leaf. And as you kind of get a little bit closer, you do see a sign that says
Oh no.
the Amberleaf Brewery.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Oh god, Lasora's unhungover enough to.
Here's a question. She was drunk. Does she remember the name of the brewery that the dude gave her?
It's a good question.
I feel like she would have written it down.
Oh God.
You're fucking right. When you're drunk, it's all scribbles.
So roll me a... Fuck.
That'd be history or insight.
I'll say roll me a history check.
Okay, let's see here.
I'm gonna say you need at least a 10 to remember.
Actually, I think that would be insight, because okay.
Oh,
Rip.
Fuck!
Alas.
yes, we're saved.
No!
So as you're
Damn
walking
it.
I
by,
should give her inspiration.
I'm using my inspiration!
Oh my
Do
god.
you have one? Oh.
No, no, no,
One,
no, no,
one,
no,
one,
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 Twenty,
one,
20, 20, 20.
one.
oh.
No!
Alas.
No!
I
not
don't want it
meant
to happen.
to
Wiz
be.
is gonna fall in the
Thank
ground. Not
God.
fall in.
Fucking goddamn it!
As much as I want this to happen, Wiz will keep his big mouth shut.
No!
We're not gonna say anything. We're just gonna walk on by it. Unless Sora sees the sign brewery and pulls us in there.
I want to say yes, because if
No.
she
Oh
feels...
shit, we can't escape it.
No.
Can I roll something to see if
No.
Lasora would be like...
Yes.
Yes!
Yeah, go for it.
Check to keep her away from the brewery.
I
It is a
know,
nice ass
but
looking brewery, so I mean it
Where's
would
the
definitely still
punishment
catch your eye.
Who's the punishment stick?
The what?
Oh,
Punishment
buddy!
stick. It's just a stick.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go check this out, alright?
No, you're not.
No.
We don't
Why
have
you not-
we don't have time for
We don't have
this.
time. We don't have time.
No.
No, we don't have time.
No,
I
We don't have time. No, we don't have time.
I need...
We hold her
I
back.
need it!
We hold her
Tom.
back. We hold her back.
Hold on.
I need it!
We do not have time for this.
Why are you doing this to me?
You already
Can I
hung over
levitate the
once.
dwarf?
No.
Again, no.
I need more!
You need
Oh,
I am
nothing.
levitating
You
the
need
dwarf.
less.
God damn it!
You what?
I am levitating the dwarf.
Yeah! No!
You don't need
Well,
more.
you have to make a
We don't have
con save to
time for
avoid
this.
being
We
hovered.
don't have time
Yes!
for this bullshit.
Make it a con save!
Make your fucking save.
Yeah!
Ah,
No!
damn
Wait,
you!
what are we con saving for? What I miss in 5 seconds? What's happening?
She's trying to get drunk again.
I was trying to
Oh my
levitate the dwarf so
God.
you could just yeet her back. Which you succeeded her save.
Yeah,
So she's not levitating?
Not yet. I have 2 more level
we're
2
still
spell
holding her
slots.
back. We're still
Make
holding her
another
back.
con save, motherfucker.
Are you seriously gonna... Oh,
I'm gonna try one more time.
I just imagine
For fuck's
Lasora, like
sakes.
breaks out the first levitation. She tries booking it to the brewery, and then she gets levitated again. And the bucket, and the momentum of her running just slams her into the brewery
Oh
doors.
my god.
We'll make the save and let's find out.
Is this how you guys felt about Tovarax?
My DC is 14.
Yeah,
Damn.
baby!
We're
Fucking-
still holding her, but we're still gonna like try to fucking tackle her and all that shit. I'm doing
Dwarves
that.
with the +4.
I'm just playing with the Jaguar while they're doing all this.
Does she make it to the brewery?
I don't
I have-
know. What do we roll to fucking stop her?
I don't-
Me and Marty, both of us.
Strength contest.
Oh god.
Alright,
I
so
have
it's
negative
our
two
it's our strength
Shit.
it's our strength checks versus her strength save.
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be really bad. Oh wow, that's not bad at all.
Alright, Lasora, you got...
Shit!
Oh
Oh!
my god.
And now it had to be that's combined 30.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I want to roll
I feel
that.
like that'd be kind of beat of the ass.
No, yeah, I'm gonna
It's
say
2 people overpowering 1 dwarf.
yeah. Well, the two. So D&D rules is if 2 people are working together, then that effectively gives them advantage. So you 2 rolling together effectively was just you all having advantage.
Shit.
So
I have one more
Hey.
level 2 spell slot,
We
Hey,
failed.
Grant,
and
Grant,
therefore
can I
I
roll?
levitate the dwarf one more
Yes.
time.
No!
go for it, Tyler.
What is Tyler
Doing
doing?
animal handling for something.
Aw.
Uh-oh.
Aww.
You got the big suck. You're sitting here like tossing treats at the cat trying to train it, and you just fucking like yeet a treat into the woods and it runs off for a moment.
He doesn't have the treats. I have the treats.
Oh. Well, you were just trying to pet it, and you like pinch its tail or something, and it meows at you, kind of like swings its paw to try to claw at your chest, and does not
This
succeed
is
very
the
well.
dumbest fucking scene.
Like an entire party trying to levitate this dwarf.
The dwarf is trying to run into a brewery. You got me and a squid tackling her, and then in the background there's a fucking giant robot jaguar growl at her.
I want to fucking commission this exact scene.
No. Make your 3rd save, Lasora.
Yeah!
Alright.
No, she's on the ground, not off the ground. She's on the ground.
Can I make another animal handling check?
No, that's it for right now.
Oh.
Alright, but consider, I'm gonna
Sora,
use
I
my
don't
Pearl of
wanna
Power to get a level 2 spell slot back.
Fuck you
Levitate the dwarf
guys!
again.
Fuck you guys!
Oh my god.
If it kills me!
It will kill you.
She is getting closer and
So
closer,
yeah,
but
Lasora like broke past
I will
Lionel and
try one more
Cardi
time.
and is
Okay.
like almost to the door now.
Break past us. Why did
Grant.
she break past us?
Because she beat your save.
No,
Uh-oh.
she fucking didn't.
Yeah,
If
she
you listen
did.
to Grant, it said it works like an advantage, so
Yeah.
we failed.
Yeah.
If 2 people work together,
shit.
it counts as them helping.
That's dumb as shit.
Hey, Grant.
Well, like
I'm
otherwise,
gonna
numbers
also
would win
try
100%
and
of the time.
grapple Lasora.
my
I
God.
don't think you'd be able to.
Fucking cat.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, you're behind everything. Like you wouldn't have time to unless you like shot her in the foot with the crossbow or some shit.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I
I'm
don't
still
have a
levitating her a
crossbow.
4th time.
All right,
No.
Lasora, roll a con save.
Shit.
Another con save.
Ah!
Finally!
That's not... It took all of my spell slots and my Pearl of Power, but I levitated a dwarf.
Fuck.
Holy shit!
Wait, what happened?
You fucking up her off the ground and lose all traction and stop
Ah!
moving.
Oh! Ah! I only have so much willpower.
Quick, get her out of here.
I'm just imagining Weirs has been like frantically casting for like 30 seconds straight. And when it finally works, he's just like, oh my god, okay. We're good, everything's fine.
We're good. Let's move.
I got it.
now, before she
No,
breaks
We're
free.
good.
No,
Before she
I'm
breaks
using
free.
I'm using my rope to try and tie
Oh
something.
god!
Can I use my
I'm
rope
gonna
to try?
try to lasso the building.
Yeah.
Oh my. Grant, at this point, can I like start walking over to Lasora?
Yes, she is floating in the air.
Uh,
Lasora, roll me. Fucking.
Yeah, I've just got her floating like 2 feet off.
Right.
What exactly are you trying to do? Like you're trying to lasso a part of this building?
yes.
Roll me a dex check.
Oh no. Oh no.
God.
No.
Uh.
Whoa, please, son of a god, let this end.
Please, not 20.
No.
No!
You successfully lasso onto a beam on the building.
Fine!
I caught up to her, Grant. Can I make a strength check?
How high, Weirs, how high are you floating, Lasora?
She's only like a foot or 2 off the ground, just enough
Okay.
to not have traction.
Then yes, you may, Gar. You're just gonna like fucking man-hug her and try to pull.
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright, make a strength check. Lasora, you make a strength save, and I'll give you +3 to your strength save because you're tied to the building.
Oh my god! No.
Yeah, but she
Alright.
also has no traction on the ground.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Gar rips part of your cloak as he pulls you away.
Ah!
Because you had it fucking tied to the building.
No.
Oh my
god.
You do not need to get drunk again. I've carried you around for 3 days now.
If that didn't work, I was gonna right across the rope. to
But I
fucking
need
freeze it.
more!
Holy shit!
Stop walking. Just stop walking. Just stop walking.
Wait, you need to grab a rope. Your rope is still over there.
Is this?
Well, that
is-
sounds like
what's
a Lasora
happening? Are we
problem.
done?
Well, it's useful
God.
to have rope.
We'll buy
That's
more.
great
Just
because
go.
you should just
Just
throw
go.
it on a building.
Oh my god.
Just go.
Are you guys seriously not gonna take her? Okay.
God, this reminds me of my other D&D session where I got a magic ring, and for whatever goddamn reason, the entire party decided that the Dragonborn was going to try and lick the magic ring. And so the entire party was attempting to hold me down, and I was burning through stealth slots like there's no tomorrow to continually evade them. Like, I just went invisible and teleported.
Fucking hell.
Like, I burned through like almost, I think it was 8 spells before they
Holy shit.
before it finally got
Oh my
away.
god.
God.
Look, let's just
All right,
run
so
away from the tavern. Go.
You
Run.
all just fucking like full on PvP. Like tackled the shit out of Lasora and wasted what was it, 5 spells?
4.
4
Yeah,
fucking spells on. Oh my
You're
god.
getting drunk.
All because Lasora tasted some really good ale.
We got drunk to work instant. Just start walking.
She didn't even remember it. So this is she wasted an inspiration only to say, "Nah, I remember anyway. I don't care."
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Well, she didn't remember. She just saw the word brewery and fucking booked it.
Yeah.
I saw the word brewery and I was like, I need more.
Start walking, just please. Start
I imagine
walking.
probably during your fight, you probably started to remember that this place.
Just start walking, people, please. Oh God.
Wait a second.
Just fucking
Yeah,
Gar
they're
like,
staring at us.
wrangling
Place
Lasora.
with the really good ale!
Keep going. Just walk.
Ah!
Let go of her. Just walk.
Lasora's fucking kicking and screaming like a little baby.
Yeah. I imagine Gar has Lasora like untucked under his armpit.
You
like-
guys need to get like one of those wearable baby carriers for the dwarf.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Does this count as party capture / imprison someone?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
It should.
No.
All right.
Oh my
Just go,
god.
please. Just go before she breaks free.
Can I breathe? I won't break free anymore. Lasora is just sad. Lasora is just a sad dwarf who had to basically watch her grandpa die because he was an
I
ass.
understand that you're sad and trying to drown your sorrows, but
Wait,
no.
would this be considered a bad road encounter, or what the
It's not even a road
I didn't
encounter.
count it.
This,
It's
was fucking-
party bullshit.
this was after a road encounter, so no.
No, I was talking about like the one with the meat guy, because I feel like you guys got massively scammed there. Would that have been a bad encounter?
It's
No.
how did we get scammed? It's 10 gold for
Yeah.
dragon meat.
That is fair, yeah.
That was a pretty good price.
We got a good deal,
Yeah,
honestly.
I got bear brain.
That's a low price.
Melvin is just
And-
Billy Mays but with meat.
We're not even in town. Wait, are we in town now?
Almost.
We're
Almost.
trying to be. We would have been
Yeah.
by fucking now.
If you try to get your fucking ass wasted on fucking liquor,
My god.
stop screaming.
Korax wasn't this fucking bad, was he?
Would this count as a
Not-
coordinated attack / maneuver?
Sure.
No, I had bingo.
Shit!
Oh fuck.
Unfortunate.
I don't know,
We're
I was-
good.
Wait, did you get bingo?
When I wrote that, I
What's
had
what's your
like
bingo, Grant?
when I wrote that, I had in mind like the shit we did like in the dungeon where it was just like perfectly coordinated.
Yeah.
Talk about.
Yeah.
And not
I don't
Wait,
know.
us.
So wait, did Grant just get bingo
And
right?
not
Do we
dwarf
even know?
wrangling.
I
Nah.
don't know. We're discussing this one.
Grant, what did you get?
Well,
I
so
was thinking for that
I
in
had checked
combat.
new reference from last campaign, but I don't remember what that was.
There isn't one.
There has
Yeah,
not
there
been
has
one
not
yet.
been
Because I have that too, and I haven't checked that off.
Oh, alright, never mind then.
Aw.
I
was
thought
hoping
I
for
thought
some
I had
wild
one, but I don't
shit.
remember what it was. Alright, never mind.
Okay, let's just ignore the fucking
The
brewery.
coordinated attack, let's say that's in combat.
Yeah, I'd say it's in combat. Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least not against our own party member.
This is
because-
an attack. This isn't
Yeah.
really even an attack. This is just a fucking panic scramble.
Yeah, we got some good old-fashioned dwarf wrangling.
We entered the city!
You enter the city.
We entered the titty.
We would have been here half an hour ago.
So, Yori.
Sora's just hanging sadly off of guards like arms.
We don't care about your feelings.
Oh.
Not when it regards to liquor.
Yori is a very
All
interesting
parties
city.
are Fucking babysitters at this point.
They
Oh my
really are.
god.
I care, but like, also don't get drunk.
So as you
So,
guys
like,
approach the
Lionel
city,
and Lionel and Cardi are like the parents.
They are.
Children, and then Gar is like the brother on your mom's side who doesn't really care, like the uncle. Doesn't give a shit about
God.
anything.
Alright, so you guys start to enter the city, and as you get close to the city, you notice that the layout is very different than some other the other dwarven cities that you've been to. It's much more laid out like a city in a sense that there are city blocks, there are outdoor places, etc., rather than everything being in a mountain. However, in the center of the city is a goddamn mountain. So all of the walls that you see here,
Inverting that.
all of the walls that you see within this city aren't actually walls, they are a mountain. So everything within this area is basically inside of a mountain.
Oh shit.
But everything outside of those walls is outside of the mountain. So there's pretty evenly spread aspects of the city. Obviously, the inside part of the mountain is the more defensible part. So that's where like all of the hierarchy is and that sort of thing. But outside, it's pretty nice city. And as you guys approach, Jaguar still at probably. No, Jaguar would now be at Weir's side because it doesn't like Gar as much. Gar pinched its tail.
Then now I pet him.
He's good. So Jaguar sort of kind of weaves in between different party members as you guys enter the city. Occasionally would just kind of walk up to somebody else and just sniff their pants or something and then continue following you guys.
Oh.
Cats are weird.
And you guys make it into the city.
Eat pant.
Where would y'all like to go?
Trousers.
Tavern.
Consume.
Oh my God.
Why are we going to a tavern?
Well, I don't know.
Yes!
Okay, how do we go about finding a core here?
We went to a bank last time.
I mean, yeah, but we found the bank through information we got.
Is there a
At a
town
tavern.
hall or something?
Yes, hello. We're looking for your kinesphere.
Oh yeah.
We would like to destroy it.
Yeah.
So notably around this town, you do see a pretty substantial amount of like gears and belts and things like that along the sides of buildings that aren't turning.
Wait, hey Grant, since
fuck.
now I'm like omniscient, wouldn't I know where like the stuff is in this town?
Actually, you would not, because you would only have the knowledge of the area that specific core enveloped. Since this town has its own research center and thus its own core, then the core that you smashed would not have that information.
Oh, okay.
So-
does he at least have a good idea?
You really don't. You have almost no information on this town.
Like, wouldn't I know where the information was being sent to and from? Because they'd be connected to the other core.
You know it's being sent to Yori. That's about it.
Okay.
So, yeah, as you guys kind of walk in, most of the buildings are made of stone bricks, or sort of a mixture between stone bricks and wood. It seems like it's a pretty nicely built city. Most buildings do have gears along the outsides of them. The river is a little bit, or is on the other side of the city. So
Hold on.
where like the mountain is, there are no water wheels or anything like that can be powered. So there's really no power running to anything.
I'll get weird back real quick, but continue.
Okay. And as you all walk through the city, you see sort of a very weird mixture of people. Again, most of them are dwarves. There are a couple different a couple different races kind of scattered about. A few gnomes, mostly dwarves, a few humans, elves, etc. And a small collection of people have their heads shaved and are wearing very, very similar clothing.
Oh no.
Fuck's sake.
And some other people seem to be living very normally and kind of look and glare at these shaved head people. And they like this sort of mixture. It's almost half and half between the shaved heads and the normals. They all, like, whenever they see each other, whenever you notice, even just being in the town for a few minutes, these people kind of pass by each other and just glare at each other, whether or not they have the same status of hair and clothing. Where would you like to go?
Interesting.
Well, that looks like they're not too universal in what they're doing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
We're going to a tavern.
Yeah, honestly, tavern.
Okay. So
Sora's tied up, so there's no problems.
is the Sora tied up or just manhandled by Gar?
Both.
You guys fucking walk into town with a jaguar
God, very upset.
and a giant robot carrying a tied up dwarf.
It's fine. No one's questioning it, so we're not answering it.
Nobody is.
Oh god.
So, in the sort of outside part of town, at least where you are right now, it's a much sort of smaller area, mostly for like farming. There's maybe one general store kind of thing. But as you get up to the mountain, there's a big old ornate carved wall, kind of spreading all around the sides of this mountain, where the mountain kind of comes up from the top of this wall, and it as the mountain comes down, it just kind of
If
gets
only-
perfectly
well,
flat.
actually, it depends. Is Lasora facing front or back?
Good
I
question.
assume like Gar has her slung up over his shoulder, so she'd be facing back.
Oh, just so she can't see this.
Hey, you don't get to see anything. You've lost that.
I lost that privilege.
I mean, I am fully imagining what Gar has done is he's just tied her up like that.
For fuck's sake.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining, honestly.
Yeah.
Really? Are we gonna go with that? Is that the
I was
canon?
going with just under my arm or like over my shoulder.
Okay, that makes more sense, but I like the baby carrier idea.
So yeah, what are we doing? Underarm or over shoulder?
I'll do underarm.
Over
There's a
shoulder,
likely
fuck.
chance of getting out.
Okay.
Underarm it is.
All right. So
Is she front facing or back facing?
I don't like these questions.
I'm gonna say back facing just because.
Sure. So you guys approach this sort of very ornate entrance, these massive stone pillars leading up to another part of the mountain that goes up like a mountain would, and at the gate are like 4 or 5 different dwarven guards, and as you all approach, one of them just says, "Entry passes."
Excuse me?
Entry passes.
I heard you the first time. I'm asking you to elaborate on that.
Yeah.
But to get into the inner city, you need entry passes.
And how do we get entry passes?
Yeah,
Oh.
this is the first we've heard of that.
Well, you can either pay the tax or have some sort of proof of residency within the city.
God damn it! It's like fucking. What's that? Guidel.
Guido.
How much is the tax?
It's almost like communists are gonna communist.
It says, well, the tax is about 75 gold per person, as the center of the city is for nobles.
This is a fucking ripoff.
You will not pay me, though. You will have to go to the tax office.
Oh, for fuck's sake! All right, we'll be back.
And where is that?
No.
I almost said in the inner city.
I was about to fucking say.
He pulls out a parchment map of the city, and he marks it for you. It is this building.
Oh my god. Okay, so instead of doing that, we're going to a tavern outside the city.
Mm-hmm.
to A, get information, and B, maybe gamble so we can get money to pay for this tax.
Yeah.
Worst case
Yeah.
scenario, we put Lasora inside of Gar and smuggle her in.
Yeah.
And
I don't know
does,
if I.
does the Jaguar need an entry pass? I ask him.
Says no, but if it kills somebody, then it's going to cost you much more than the 75 gold tax.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good kitty. He wouldn't hurt anyone. Yet.
Yet.
Okay.
Who
Besides,
circled that
maybe us
building up
having
there?
a war. I just realized maybe us having a war cat for a non-lethal party.
That's a good point.
I guess I could teach him to like bite people's ankles and like incapacitate them, but I don't want him to fucking go at anyone's neck.
Well,
and
just
rip
go
their-
by what you've been going from before. If somebody else other than you kills the person, then it's not your fault.
No, that's
Yeah, fair.
the execution is different. No.
Like, you beat him up, and then you just turn your back and let the cat eat its brains. Or let the squid eat its brains, one of those two.
Okay, you're.
The squid eats the brains while the cat eats the guts.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to a tavern.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, at least in the
Why
smaller
is this
part,
one building circled?
that's the tax
That's
office.
the tax office.
Oh, okay.
So at least in this one smaller part of town that has been dubbed Farmville,
Fuck off.
No.
I mean it's essentially it's only for farmers because this is where all of the farmers come. The part to the south of town is like super ghettos and none of the farmers want to go there. So this is sort of like a slightly nicer part of town that all of the plantation owners will go to get their goods and that sort of thing. So there is a tavern. On your way, you do pass a horse stable that seems more for like work horses than travel horses. You pass a bunch of like farm shops that have plows and grain and that sort of thing. But you do come up to the tavern, which is here. And as you enter, it is really loud. There are all sorts of like basically redneck farmers
Oh, jeez.
in this tavern, and they're all chugging alcohol. It's a fairly decently sized tavern, but it's very fucking redneck.
All right, ratio of skinheads to normals.
50-50. Almost
Okay.
exactly.
What's the bar?
Well, actually, here it's more skinheads.
Shit.
Unfortunate.
I'll say about 70-30 here.
Shit. What's the
Unfortunate.
bartender?
Bartender is normal.
Okay. Well, then that's all that matters. We can just kill everyone else in the bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up to the bar and just call over said bartender.
He kind of, you can tell this guy's not having a great day. And
It's
he
a bar full of skinheads.
Yeah. And he kind of just begrudgingly walks over. And he says, "Hello, folks. Nice to see that you're not one of those fucking flatheads. What do you want?"
Flatheads?
Flat? Their heads are still round.
Yeah. I don't know, are they?
Also,
Are they-
Lasora's still tied up and under
Yeah,
a
we know.
robot's arm.
We know. We know. You don't need to remind us.
He
That's what
says-
you're saying.
He says, "I don't know, that's just what everybody calls him."
I'm just gonna be like, all right, well, listen, I'm just gonna ask, what's the deal with them? Like, I'm whispering so no one will hear me and kick my ass.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal with them?
And he kind of gets a little bit closer and he goes, "I'm sure you know about all of the shit that's going on with people trying to change society, all the power bullshit, I'm sure."
With the Kinesphere and the Grey Veil.
Precisely. The town is very much split in half. The side of town that's closer to the river doesn't care about the fucking Kinespheres, so we're not gonna fall into their stupid society. I don't care because I live here and everything here is just powered by either magic or the furnaces, so we don't need electricity, or not electricity, we don't need power here. But all of those fools, the farmers who need something to operate their fields, the people who live in the inner city who don't have any access to the power and need the luxurious life, they had no choice. At least what they say, shaved their heads. They're trying to be proper, and they fucking hate all of us that aren't because we're trying to keep the town from being taken over.
So is Is there any part of the city that's powered with the Kinesphere, or?
Nowhere in the city is powered by the Kinesphere. The rule that whoever the hell Murdy said is the entire city has to agree before power's turned back on. So,
Figures.
since the rebellion side of the city, we call it Sozark's Rebellion, as that's our leader who corrals us together, keeps the fucking flatheads away. Since the rebellion side is still not changing over, nobody has power. We don't need power, but the fucking flatheads are trying to kick our ass because of it.
Tell me more about Salazar and his rebellion.
So that's Sozark to you. He's
Sozark.
His very
Salazar.
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 I was thinking of
Salad bar.
How have we never thought of that?
Oh my god, I know what I'm going somewhere this session.
Salad bar.
In Jackie and I's other game, we have a guy named Salazar, and I can't believe we've never thought of salad bar.
Yeah.
So Sozark is a brave orc from Oria. Moved here not too long ago and has taken up his own cause to fight the flatheads and to try to keep everybody
God, this guy.
in their own. Try to keep everybody free.
Uh-huh.
Does he know how to? Hang on. So we're destroying the cores.
Right.
Fuck, these people would have no power.
No,
Well, I
they
guess
still
they're
have
probably
a core
just
here.
there.
I mean, they already have no power. Who cares?
Yeah, I know. Well, listen. Where can I find him?
I don't know. He says likely he's somewhere within the eastern part of the city.
In the inner city?
Likely not. The inner city is almost all flatheads. Says because they have no access to any power. The eastern city is next to the river, so we can just use water wheels to get the power that we need.
Like smart people.
Yeah, seriously.
Says unfortunately with the inner city, they can't really just use our power. It only goes so far. So
Understandable. You think they'd figure out something?
well, they haven't yet, and I think they've figured out that they just want to keep using the Kinespheres, as there really aren't many other options. But they're all fucking idiots, if you ask me.
What is
You know-
Oon?
You know, before we started this campaign, I was debating making a character whose purpose was to like try and create like a whole new like form of like energy. And that energy would have been like thermal energy.
Be interesting.
What the fuck is Oon?
Units.
So just unspecified unit.
Yeah, well, because I mean, with this specifically, the map is gonna be different size every time. So the distance doesn't really work.
All right.
Our arrow is 3.8 un. God.
Well, thank you.
This indeed. Can I get you folks something to drink?
No, you cannot. Well, actually, can you fill up our water skins with water?
Of course, free of charge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He fills them up and he goes, "Can I get anything for the luggage?" And he points to Lasora.
She's had enough. You've
Oh.
had enough.
No!
Unless
I want more!
Not unless
Okay.
you
Hey.
I will silence you.
You might want to go with something to eat at least to kind of soak up the
Please!
booze.
I just want some
Fine, give her
drink.
something that. Fine, give her something that won't destroy her fucking brain.
Did you park your Jaguar outside, or did he come in?
Nah, he's in
Oh, shit.
Park a Jaguar, they kind of follow you.
Not with that attitude. Um,
Yeah, we should probably get him like a harness and a leash.
I don't want to leash a Jaguar. I don't know about you.
Well, a harness at least. At least something with a handle.
I'll give him a collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe at least for the inner city. That'd be good for when you're in a city. That would be a good idea.
We need to give him a name.
Oh, yeah,
Please
did
do.
name it.
So
We'll come up with
the
that.
Jaguar is absolutely like he was originally
Yes,
sitting at your table, but now he's kind of trotting around and just
We're
you
not
know,
at a table. We're at the bar.
or at the bar rather. Yeah, he was originally kind of sitting
Gotcha.
near you, but now he's just kind of trotting around to other patrons' tables and just trying to like steal a chunk of meat
Worse,
off their
get your
tables.
cats.
We're sketchy. I was gonna say.
Get your cat.
Well,
Get
it's
the
not my,
cat.
it's not my cat.
Go.
That's
You're
fine,
the reason
fine.
he's
Go.
like
You're
this.
the reason you're falling. Get it.
I'm gonna
Take care of
try-
your damn pets, you unruly child.
I'm gonna try and drag the jaguar away from the tables.
Roll animal handling.
Oh dear.
God, I'm not a babysitter.
Oh,
Oh,
Unfortunate.
fuck.
Yeah,
I do not
it-
drag the jaguar
yeah,
away.
it,
Can I
You-
try?
So Weirs, one second. Weirs grabs it first, and it just kind of like liquid cats its way out of your hands, and it just kind of walks over to a table and just climbs completely on top of the table and starts eating some guy's chicken breast. And one of the farmers just goes, "Hey, why the hell is this here fucking cat on my table? I paid good money for this fucking meal."
Okay, is it a skinhead farmer or a normal farmer?
This is a skinhead farmer.
So
Okay,
I'm
but I
gonna-
don't care very much.
I also don't care, but I'm still gonna try to get this jaguar the
Yeah,
fuck
no,
out.
no, I'm gonna go get
Put
the
the jaguar
try.
off the
I'm just gonna
table.
go- I'm
Can I
gonna
roll
go-
animal handling to get the cat off?
Yes.
Please be good. Please don't.
Hey!
Yeah. I'm
yay!
kind of glad that worked. because
Gar,
if
you
it
just,
didn't,
like,
I was gonna
snap
burn
your
Sophie once to
fingers.
get a spell slot back and levitate
Guys,
the cat.
I'm really worried. We've had 3 nat 20s this session and
Uh-oh.
nothing else. No nat 1s.
The balance is.
So it's gonna
done.
happen at the worst time.
The second combat starts, we're fucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so Gar, you just like snap your fingers and the jaguar just runs right up to your feet.
Can the robot snap his fingers?
He snaps his fingers and then just makes a snapping sound out of his mouth. So
Leave
yeah,
this fucking
Oh,
tavern.
I give the cat a treat for coming up to me nicely.
good.
That's forcing good behavior.
Yep.
At least someone can take care of these pets.
I'm trying. I was gonna try to, but then
I
Gar
never said you
stepped in.
weren't gonna try, but.
We leave this
man.
fucking tavern and we're making our way to the east side of town where the sane people are.
Okay.
Hmm.
Out of here before anything else bad happens.
As y'all leave, like the farmer who had his meal stolen kind of comes running out behind you, with like a mug in his hand, kind of sloshing alcohol everywhere. He goes, "Hey, you fucking assholes! Your rat ate my meal. You owe me a dinner."
We owe you jack shit, you fucking. I don't know, you look like a fucking egg, how about that?
Says, I'm making the smart decision with what I'm doing, and you're not. Give me 5
Sir,
gold
you
for
s-
dinner.
Sir, you sound like you're about to keel over and die any minute, and I hope you do.
God.
God.
I'm just gonna check off Cardi as a next sword.
Yep.
He just says, "Well, I'll have you know that I'm gonna kick your ass."
You can try, old man.
I'm just gonna say, okay, come on.
There's 5 of us and 1 of you.
4. Lasora's tied up.
Oh yeah, your bar fighter is out of commission.
Untie her so she can kick this
Yes,
guy's
just
ass.
replace the sword with the
I
jaguar.
mean, she's technically not tied up. She's
No,
just,
I'm just saying, I'm just fucking saying this, dude. Come on then, and I'm just gonna stand right in front of him.
Do it,
you-
coward.
He like holding his tankard. He just goes for like a beer knuckles punch towards you. What's your AC?
15.
Oh, the sound
Yeah,
of
he
the
hits you.
knuckles Makes sense weird.
Holy shit!
So you stand in front of him and he just holding his tankard, he kind of staggers and swings forward and just clobbers you right in the jaw. And deals 5 damage to you.
Get the fuck out of here. 5 damage?
Why the
I mean-
fuck does he have a 1d4? Is he a
You're out of
drunken
your-
master?
Cause
Yeah,
he's
what the fuck is this?
'Cause
I'm
he's using
monk
a
and
me-
my punch does 1d4. You're making this man do 2 fucking d4 plus 3?
no, that's 1d4 plus
Yeah,
3.
1d4.
I said d4.
Yeah, well, he's using it's like a steel tankard to hit you with. It's not just his fist, and then plus his strength.
Oh, I guess if it's an improvised weapon, that would be 1d4, you're right?
Yeah.
Off.
So I mean, you get smashed in the jaw with a metal object. That hurts more than being hit with a fist. And he kind of like staggers back a little bit, and he looks at you and he goes, "Yeah, what do you got?"
How good is his balance right now?
I just trip him.
I
just like sweep kick.
Roll whatever the fuck you would need to roll for that. I don't know, acrobatics.
Acrobatics is dex, so yeah.
Oof.
Fuck right the fuck off.
You go for a sweep kick and you miss him by a solid 6 inches. He doesn't even move. He just kind of looks down, and you just really underestimated your depth perception.
Underestimated.
Shut your whore mouth.
Make me pussy.
Alright. This guy's obviously drunk. He's obviously the poor sense of balance. I just whack him over the head with a stick and see if he falls over.
Alright, roll a hit.
I just gotta roll a d20. Let me do that real quick, because I don't think I set my attack thing right.
That's fine.
Fuck.
God, y'all suck.
Damn!
See,
Alright,
Man's a god.
alright.
See, you
Alright, so,
called
like-
this with combat. You're all rolling shit now.
Oh shit!
Alright, so,
Tavern
like-
music just came on my end.
Amazing. Okay, as this guy's like super wasted, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to just knock him over, and we can't even touch him.
Yeah, he's super fucking
Yes, what I want to do
wasted.
is I want to super disorient him. So I'm gonna burn. I want to burn 3 sorcery points to get a level 2 spell back, and then I'm gonna burn my 4th sorcery point in order to subtle cast it, and I'm just gonna make him start levitating out of nowhere.
For fuck's sakes! He needs to roll a con save.
Yeah, and can it be with disadvantage because he's shit faced?
Disadvantage 'cause
Yeah.
he's drunk as shit.
Aha, my DC is 14.
Yeah, he fails. So he starts
Nice.
floating.
Nice.
As he starts floating, he immediately flips upside down.
Fantastic.
Almost
I've got him,
instantly.
like-
I vote that as he starts floating, we just walk
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, because I've got him like a foot off the ground at most, so
Levitate him higher.
I'm down to
Higher.
just leave.
Higher.
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 Alright.
going.
Alright.
As high as you can
Go.
go.
High as you go.
Alright. I mean, I'll take him up to the maximum.
Well, how
Like, when
high
I
is
drop
that?
it-
30 feet?
20 feet.
Okay, yeah, this guy's 20 feet in the air. He is head straight down 20 feet in the air.
Drop him.
That is going to
no, I say-
fucking
I mean,
kill
I'll let
him.
him-
No, I say we just.
I mean, like,
fucking
I'll let
leave
him go. Like,
wears
when
off, he
levitate
just
ends, if
floats
something's
down.
still in the air.
Oh,
it-
yeah.
Yeah, it floats down.
Alright, let's just go then.
Alright, yeah. And then I'm going to.
This
burn one
guy,
of my
he
level 1
is.
spell slots to get a single sorcery point back for
Okay.
emergencies.
This guy, he is screaming curse words you didn't even know existed as he floats and just rotates in every possible axis 20 feet off the ground.
So long, sweet prince.
Oh my god.
And now there's just a dwarf in the air.
We-
At least until we're like 60 feet away, because then you stutter and you have to drop it.
We need to add like a dwarf flies onto the bingo board because that seems to happen more than anybody would ever expect it to.
You would think. And yet, between the yeeting and the levitating, it happens a lot.
Dwarf space program.
Dwarf space.
That's what you call it.
Good.
Okay, so where do you guys want to go?
To the
Away.
east side of town with the sane people.
Okay.
Yes.
So you
let's deal
kinda-
with these fucking eggheads.
Pave your way through a field, make your way
I thought we
over
did smart,
to.
and I mean, they look like literal eggs.
Third.
You make your way over to the easter side of town. So I'll say you're kind of like right around here. And around here, everything still doesn't seem to be powered. There are still like belts and gears and things on the sides of buildings. None of them are moving. There are still quite a few flatheads around this area that don't seem. You know, they're all wearing very similar clothing. They all have the exact same haircut. Even the women. They're all just kind of walking around aimlessly, going about their daily business. And like you even see some of them will just walk into some person's house and grab something, and then walk into somebody else's house and grab something else that they might need, and then go back to their own home.
Fucking commies.
All right. So, crankle. So you guys are on the easterner side of town. Where do you want to go from here?
East.
East.
We
East.
just, I just want to get to the point where where it's like pretty much no skinheads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sort of weaving around different city streets. You like basically the further east you go.
Alex, are you okay? I heard you laughing.
Sorry, someone sent you a really fucking stupid video. I'm gonna send it in memes. Fuck it.
God. So yeah, but really the further east you go, the less flatheads there are, and you as you to get to this side of town, you notice that this area of town it's a lot cheaper. It's not really ghetto; it's just not nearly as nice. So you know there are buildings with like large gaps in the planks and that sort of thing. People seem to be a lot more normal. They look different. They have different clothes and seemingly different occupations. And most of the flatheads seem to either be like ridiculed and pushed out or just not here.
Yeah.
What you want to do?
Is there a tavern on this side of town?
There's taverns everywhere. It's
Oh
Dwarfland.
god.
More tavern.
We gotta keep the sword tied up for the entirety of this.
Yeah.
It's running away, Osiris does not have to cope.
I'm just gonna enter a nice tavern that has no skinheads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's not how you cope.
And see what information we can garner.
Just repeat the same as the last bartender, basically.
All right. So you kind of weave around, maybe ask a few people where a tavern is, and you eventually find a sort of smaller
Wait.
tavern over here.
I think this time someone should stay outside with the Jaguar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gar, you stay outside
Gar,
with the
hit the
animals.
Jaguar.
Stay outside with the two animals.
Did you say star?
No, Gar.
Oh, okay.
Gar sits outside the two animal. Aw, it's me.
That means Solosaurus out here too.
Yep, that's the point.
That's fine.
That's mean.
Losaurus basically just accepted her fate and is just like idly kicking her feet.
All right. So, Gar, you are now a parking meter for the Jaguar, and for the Lasora,
Don't expect any quarters.
and you guys head into the tavern. And this one, it seems like a less upscale tavern than what you were at, but the clientele is much more tolerable. So like people here they're less chaotic, just because it's less redneck. This seems a lot more like sort of the manufacturing side of town, because they still have power, and it was close to the water anyway, so they always had the water for manufacturing. So these guys are sort of more buff, normal people, most again dwarves, and they're all just kind of sitting around drinking, eating. It's still a little bit loud because it's a tavern, but it's not anything crazy.
Thank God, normal people.
Finally.
The bar seems to be pretty busy. There are two different bartenders, and the bar kind of stretches across the entire back of the bar, or back of the tavern.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to the bartender.
Okay.
Here I come to.
Call
Sort
over.
of a younger elf woman.
Is she
Okay.
cute?
Yeah, she's pretty cute. She's got to be
Oh
cute.
my-
She's a bartender.
God damn it.
What was the dude's name again? Sal's. It's not Salzar. That's what I keep thinking it is for some reason.
Sozark.
Salisbury.
Sozark. Got it.
Yes.
Sosin's comic, got it.
As y'all sit down, she kind of swings around. Oh, hi. Welcome in. What can I get for you folks?
Hello, miss. We really hate to bother you, but we're
You're
looking
hoping for some information?
We're looking for Sozark. We've heard he would be on this side of town.
Oh, the rebellion leader.
Yes.
Well, I regret I don't know him personally. I think he's been in here a few times, but he isn't usually much of a drinker in here. I hear he usually prefers the nicer taverns around. But I haven't had the opportunity to talk with him much. I'd very much like to.
Just all about a goose chase, yeah.
Okay, like, out of character, everyone in this fucking town is so open about the dude leading the rebellion to people that they don't know and could very well be just looking to kill his ass.
Yeah. I mean, we're the dumbest looking group of people you could possibly imagine, so like...
Fair.
true.
I guess right now it's just us normal 3 people. Well, Squid looks like a normal people.
Yeah.
Scott, I'm a ruse.
Yeah. In fairness, most of us are pretty good at looking like normal people.
Holy shit.
Anyway,
Just unplug the damn thing.
he said he prefers nicer taverns. Are there ones... I assume you mean on this side of town. He doesn't seem like the type to be in the inner city.
Oh, yes. Down to the south a little bit is sort of the richer part of town, so to speak. It's where all the nobility lives.
Oh, wonderful.
The rebellion leader is considered royal nobility.
Well, sort of. I mean, none of us are incredibly rich, but he does own a manufacturing business, so he is able to, at the very least, afford some of the nicer ales.
Manufacturing business.
Oh, yes.
Does he manufacture?
Paper mostly. Anything to do with logs. He has a logging business on the river. That's usually pretty locked down though. Most people aren't allowed near it as it's a large safety hazard. You know, big saws, logs falling everywhere.
That's understandable.
Well, okay. Thank you, miss. We appreciate the help.
Quite welcome. Could I get you folks anything to drink or eat while you are here?
No, we're okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, do enjoy your stay. And
Thank
she
you.
she kind of just nods and swings back around to bidabadabada. Talk
I
to
almost
other
did
people.
the super awkward thing where I was gonna say you too.
Listen, I worked retail and I do that shit all the time, and every time I
Oh,
do
yeah,
it,
me too.
I fucking die inside.
Yep.
I'm like, oh fuck.
My favorite one that I've ever gotten is somebody put their card in to pay for it, and I said, "You can go ahead and remove your card," and they said, "You too." I went 100% poker face and didn't say anything for the rest of the transaction. I don't think they said
You're a
anything
good
either.
man.
Yeah.
He spared that
Like
for his
they
soul.
looked up at me for a second. I'm just
Pretend you didn't hear them.
God.
That's incredible.
It was the best.
Fantastic.
All right. So, you guys, you spend like 45 seconds in the bar, and then head back out, and Gar is outside playing with the cat, and Lasora is still dangling from the robot.
Lasora is like probably like picked up a stick and is drawing in the dirt. Just doodling in the dirt.
Bored out of her mind.
Bored out of her mind.
Oh dear.
I think you can put her down now. I'll give her
Okay.
one chance.
Sure.
If she runs to the nearest tavern, you immediately grab her again.
The nearest tavern is about 5 feet from you.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe wait
No,
until we're a bit of a distance away.
travel farther south and look for some of the fancy schmancy taverns.
Okay.
And also, we'll kind of walk along the river to look for this wood shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
The wood manufacturing plant.
Right, so it's a pretty nice boardwalk around here. As you kind of walked away from the inner city and into sort of this area, it seemed to get poorer, but as you get closer to the river, everything seems to get a little bit nicer again. And there's a pretty nice boardwalk. There are a couple different shops and things like that along the side of the boardwalk. Various restaurants and almost like souvenir shops, because this is the capital and people will come here for tourism. And you guys kind of walk your way down, and you do notice that this building right here in this sort of cluster does seem to be what looks like a logging area. So, like, there are all sorts of things in the water for, like, mixing water with the wood to make paper. You have all sorts of water wheels and things like that to run the saws, etc.
Hmm.
It does seem pretty locked down. Like the windows are barred and the door is a big ass steel door kind of thing.
Are there any like guards outside or anything?
There are not.
Okay, then fuck that. Let's just find a tavern.
Okay. So you kind of continue following your way around. And as you get into this area, this is a really nice part of town. Like, everything is very nice, immaculate stone. People walking around, there are very few skinheads, and there's a kitty!
There's a kitty?
Hold on. We interrupt D&D for a kitty.
That's why it's the free space.
Oh, baby!
Hi, baby.
Cat time.
He's a
Yep.
kitty.
Hello, baby.
You're so soft. I love
You want to
her.
replace that thing with a quadrupedal nutsack?
What the fuck?
He wants a hairless cat.
I don't want a hairless cat, but if I get a cat, I kind of have to get a hairless cat. Because
You
this
and your
First of all-
allergies, you bitch.
this damn fluff ball destroys my allergies. And she's
Okay,
so
first of all,
fucking
Sphinx is a
soft.
cute-
Well,
second of
don't
all,
get a
there
hair-
there are cats with fur that are less dandery.
Yeah, that's sort of what I've been trying to look into as well.
Look for a really short-haired cat, like they're like
I found
a
there-
Dobby cat.
Yeah, there are like some breeds of cat that are a lot less allergenic. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I definitely looked him up because my aunt was thinking about getting a cat too, and she's also allergic.
Well, I have so actually, fun fact, the reason people are allergic to cats is because of cat saliva. There's a
What the
protein
fuck?
there is a protein in their saliva that causes it, that reacts with us and is like causes allergies. And since cats lick themselves and get their saliva all over their fur, then when their fur flies off, then the protein in their saliva dries and it stays on their fur. So
Science time.
yeah, so it really, like, with dogs, I know it's dander. With cats, I believe it isn't as much dander. It's more just like if the cat produces that protein in their saliva or not.
Yeah, I see.
But with a hairless cat, there wouldn't be any
There's
hair
a
to
lot
fly
less of
off.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just as long as I don't like motorboat the cat, then I'd be fine.
Christ. What the
We're
fuck?
in this tavern.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you go into the
Cat in
tavern.
it. It's not ours.
I hope the panther is in the cavern.
The panther isn't in the cavern.
Tavern.
Everything you just said is wrong.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't give a shit. My brain is like not working today.
It's not a tiger either.
I don't give a shit anymore.
Thank you, Jackie.
Okay.
But the in this tavern, very upscale. It's a 2-story tavern. Like at the bottom floor, it isn't even as much like ale. This is meads and wines and like really nice alcohol. And like each table is being individually weighted. It seems more like an upscale restaurant than a tavern, if anything. And as you walk in, there's a very finely dressed dwarf who looks up and says, "Oh, hello, welcome. Table for how many? 5?
Oh, we're just looking to talk to the bartender, or whoever's I guess, in charge, for lack of a better term.
Oh, I suppose
restaurant?
it's
Or like a
basically a
bar?
restaurant.
Oh shit.
I suppose you
Looking to
could
talk to the waiters.
very well
Yeah.
then.
We're
Give us
just looking to
information.
find someone, is all.
Yes.
Well, I suppose I could get you a table. You don't necessarily need to buy anything if you're just speaking to the waiters.
Do we want to eat here?
Wait.
I'm asking you guys.
I don't eat food.
I don't eat food.
you're outside,
Put
So
the
are
sword
you want
down.
to?
I love Tyrannosaurus. We said Tyrannosaurus was so much fancy.
Yeah. All right, sure. Let's eat here. And Gar can play outside with the jaguar.
I'm gonna have the thing trained in a week.
Yeah, I could keep giving it fucking food.
Finally,
So
if it-
he says,
Just looking at me
Right
give a
then,
fucking jaguar.
please follow me, and he leads you up the stairs to a place where like you could see a bar sort of on the other side of the room, and there is a shit ton of bottles. There's almost a carousel where
God.
it's like basically a cylinder of shelves, and you see the bartender kind of rotate it around as to access whatever bottles that he needs. And he sits you at one of the tables, which is very nicely carved out of stone. He says, "Your waiter will be with you in just a moment."
Thank you. So it's us four. Is Cardi with us?
Yeah.
Okay, Gar's outside.
Yeah.
With Lasora.
No.
No, we brought
Gar's
Lasora in.
here.
Oh, I brought Lasora in? Okay.
Instead of-
One
Yeah.
round, one big ol' fuck
I
of
cover
it.
her
No,
mouth
no.
until the waiter walks away.
Oh.
If you bite him, I swear to God.
Ah!
Sora, stop it. Get some help.
No.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm chewing on Lionel's
Oh, that's
hand.
disgusting.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, I definitely get how you feel with all
You're
this.
feral.
This is a little bit overboard.
Lasora's gone feral.
This is definitely a little bit overboard. It might do you better to just try and.
Oh.
That fucking salesman that you saved literally just did like the thing with cocaine where you get a little taste of it and then you have to have more.
Oh my
Yep.
god. You know,
My
fun
God.
fact, Tovrax once bought like 2 bricks of cocaine in a single line. Tovrax is better self-control than Lasora. Let that sink in.
Here's the thing, though. He didn't try the cocaine.
Yes, because I have self-control. You took a
Listen,
second, you fucking
Lasora
got
didn't.
it.
I mean, it's
Lasora
it's
didn't.
regular ale,
No,
not super ale.
Listen, she
I'm
didn't
gonna
know
go
it
to
was
the
gonna be
restroom.
that good.
So good it makes you pass out.
We were
It's
on the
like-
road. We had
kills
to
you.
walk. Why would you take any alcohol? Like you're a dwarf. You
I'm a
know
dwarf.
things that happen.
I'm a dwarf who likes her ale, and she wanted something to drink.
Stop. Stop getting things to drink.
No.
Try to ban alcohol.
Oh no. Oh.
Every time you reach for a bottle of alcohol, you just slap it away. I'll just start casting Ray of Frost on your fucking drinks and freeze it in the goddamn ice.
Ugh.
I have to do
Ooh,
that.
ale pops.
Fuck!
What?
Ale
said
pops.
I said I'd freeze it. I said I'd freeze it solid with Ray
Oh
of
my
Frost.
god.
That wouldn't work.
Hey, she would at least have to consume it slower.
True.
Unless she's one of those fucking weird people who can just bite into ice cream or a popsicle.
Oh, we don't
absolutely-
talk about those people.
Those people are fucking
terrifying.
monsters.
They're terrifying. They have too much power.
Yeah, like I can like kind of do that if I like bite
Kitty!
it with my back teeth after
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've done it for a while.
Yeah,
But I
that's
can't
fine.
just
Back-
bite into it.
front
That's
teeth?
crazy.
No,
There's
stop.
Fucking wasp in my room!
Rest in peace, Cola.
It's gone. It's fucking gone. Holy shit. He got killed. The wasp killed him.
God, Cola's dead. Oh no.
Finally.
Oh no!
He's just gone. Holy shit.
There's a wasp in Cola's room and there's a kitty in my lap.
Where the fuck is this gone?
I can't believe Cola's fucking dead. Hi, Squishy.
Where did he go?
He died.
you doing?
Told you.
Died. Holy shit.
Thank you.
Guys, I don't know where it went.
Oh, my face hurts.
Kitty, what a baby!
You guys are with your fucking.
she is as snoogly as the jaguar is.
Aww, what a boober!
Cole is now living in fear.
I can't believe Cola died.
Cole,
I just had, like,
Alright, I
teeth
have my
in
heavy artillery on hand here in case it comes back. So,
And what is your heavy artillery?
a fly swatter, and some Windex.
Nice.
You know what really works against it's really good against wasps?
Cats.
Fear?
Hairspray. It dries and makes them unable to fly.
You know what's even better than
That's
that?
really good too. Or like
I'm a
any
guy
spray with
short
bleach.
hair, so I don't have hairspray.
The only thing better than hairspray is hairspray and a lighter.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Spray
spray.
it
I was-
later.
I'm gonna tell you a story. We have we get these things called we call them cicada killers. They're giant orange like hornets that kill cicadas and eat them.
Oh god.
And we had
Why?
one of these fuckers went in our backyard swing. So my dad's like, "Hold on, do not move." He runs to his shed. He comes like a bottle of fucking spray paint. Sprays this motherfucker completely blue. This thing gets airborne for 10 seconds before dropping down to the ground.
Amazing.
That is
Spray paint
actually
hardened and
fantastic.
fucking like
can we-
petrified it.
Alright, can we play the
That
game
is-
before it
that
comes
is
back?
actually
Yeah, okay, I'll play the game for the wasp fucking murders you.
Yes, but one more recommendation. I like any spray cleaner with
I
bleach
have
works really well
decided.
too, because the bleach will immediately kill him.
I have
Oh.
decided.
What if you decided?
There it is. Where is it? I just saw it up in my ceiling, in the middle of my room. It's up with the boxes on top of my closet. I hear it.
We need wasps / bees to be on the bingo
No,
sheet.
we don't.
No, we don't. No, we fucking don't.
That gives you more reason to put them in the game.
Exactly.
No. No, die.
Where's this fucking waiter?
Where is it?
Grant!
What?
Fucking dude, we're waiting on the waiter.
Oh, I thought you were fucking trying to find the wasp.
No, I'm like looking around for it, but I would like to play the game. That!
Should we call it there?
Holy shit.
Wasp landed on his microphone.
Wasp murder.
It's dead.
Holy shit.
That
Holy shit.
that fucking audio told the best story of all time.
I can't breathe. Fuck. God. Oh.
If you didn't already have Alex has a laughing fit, you have it now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I should put that in there fucking twice, because it can happen twice.
Yeah.
Alex has a laughing fit, and Alex has a second laughing fit.
Yeah.
I can breathe. It hurts to breathe. Oh. Jesus shit.
Colin, please go clip that after we're done.
You have to pretty much highlight that. That was like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh god Christ.
Fucking hell.
Oh my
Real
god.
quick question: does dragon meat count as dragon?
I put a question mark on mine. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I would say no.
Okay.
Dragon would be you have to fight a fucking dragon, or you meet a dragon,
Oh,
not you eat one.
waiter. This waiter is preparing wasps.
The
Waiter's
waiter
a
is
wasp.
the wasp. You kill the waiter.
Okay, yeah, you guys after like 2 or 3 minutes, guy comes up again, very nicely dressed,
Shite.
older gentleman. Good evening, folks, and welcome. What can I get for you this evening?
Wow,
Spare
we're not even giving them a menu or anything.
biggest stein of
Cover
ale.
mouth. Cover mouth.
Ignore her.
No,
Avery,
No ale for the child, please.
I'm
Um,
not a child.
you are
I-
a child.
We do only carry the finest of ales here.
We will have none of it. Thank you.
I will have
Don't-
all of it.
We do have some locally sourced from a brewery just outside of our town, the Amber Leaf Brewery.
No.
Yes!
None of it. None of it, good sir.
Yes!
No offense, but none of
I
it.
want two! Two steins!
Oh god, we're dead. We're doomed.
He says,
I think the main thing we're after right now is information. Actually, if we could
I'm
ask you
After
something
we
first.
drink!
I'm hungry.
If we could ask you something first.
God, drink. Oh!
Let me ask.
he just looks at this whole table, and a couple of the other people around are kind of looking at your table as well, because
Yes,
you've just
I,
already made a scene.
Yes, I apologize for everyone who's not me. Before we order, we're looking for some
I
information.
can never go out in public again.
Your
I
way.
can never go out in public again.
He's already writing
Well,
down.
you can just wear a different face next time.
He's already writing down 2 golden or amber leaf.
No.
And he looks up and goes,
Anyway.
yes, what was it that you needed?
Well, the information we're looking for. We're looking for Sozark. We've heard he's in this part of town. He likes the fancier establishments like this. So we figured maybe you've seen him. Maybe you know where we can find him.
Oh, yes, Sozak, the rebellion. Yes,
Yes.
he does frequent this establishment fairly often. We unfortunately do not have any, I suppose, information on him. Though you could certainly visit his place of business down the street.
The wood plant.
Yes, precisely.
Is
Um,
he there usually?
Mostly yes. He does most of his operations out of there as well. I imagine on important enough business you would be able to talk with him.
Okay.
I like how these people are so open about this
Yeah.
rebellion.
Yeah.
Fucking narcs.
I mean, they're not worried about it. Like this guy clearly he does not seem to have any problem at all telling you this.
All right. Well, now, I pull him in and I whisper to him.
Don't you dare give that dwarf any ale, do you understand?
I don't know
I'm whispering to him. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
all
check
the
shit.
Quit yelling,
Can I
dude.
make a perception check?
You are literally like a fucking toddler on a goddamn You want to be compared to a toddler on an airplane?
Does anyone have the silence spell?
Unfortunately, I do not. I should, but I do not.
Weird. You need to readjust all your spells just for babysitting.
I
Guess who?
do.
What should
I
I,
have
roll to knock her
blindness,
the fuck
deafness,
out?
but not muteness. Oh, I have silence, but guess what? I don't have
I
it
love the
prepared.
I'm getting fireball. I'm gonna have to get. I'm gonna have to take silence and then change out fucking snowball swarm for sleep.
Oh my
Yes,
god. He sort of as you're pulled in close, he says, why?
Because I'm telling you to.
Sir, I must respect all customers individually.
I'm a customer.
Yes, and I must respect.
Silence and the sorcerer spell.
Disrespecting that customer.
He gives you a look like shit. That's a good point. And he kind of stands back up and he says, ma'am, I have been instructed to not
No, you don't
bring you
listen
any
to him.
ale.
Don't you dare listen to him. I
What the-
need this.
What's with the
I
roll to drag? What
need
do I need to
this.
roll to drag her out of the restaurant?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What?
please.
Tell me right now. What
This
do
is-
I roll to pull her out of the restaurant?
I guess that would be a strength contest.
Ah, fucking
Just-
Christ! I'll
Just
try.
go get fucking Gar.
Oh god.
I'm getting Gar.
I
I'm getting
am-
Gar. I stand up and start walking. I'm getting Gar.
I am officially out of levitate, unfortunately.
Aw.
I'm getting Gar. I'm getting him. I'm done.
The waiter just says, it doesn't seem like you need any alcohol. Can I get you?
Need it.
Gar.
Can I get you folks any
Oh, get in
food?
here.
And
What do you have
Tea?
in terms of food?
he
I'll
he
have some
he hands you a menu.
Normally they do this beforehand, but
Yeah.
yes, I'll have some. I'll have some
what-
tea.
And I don't feel like BSing an entire fantasy menu off the top of my head,
Hang on,
Um,
I have that one thing.
but they have nachos.
No.
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 We're not
No.
doing that.
It sounds so good.
I'm not doing this.
Alright,
No.
while they're ordering, I'm gonna
Tyler,
go switch.
trust us. No.
While they're ordering, I'm gonna go
Just
switch
no.
places. I'm gonna go
No,
switch
I meant
places. with
IRL.
Gar. Oh yeah, true.
What'd you say, Alex?
While you're ordering, I'm gonna go switch places with Gar and just tell him get Lasora out of that, please.
Yeah, I think.
Grant, I'm PMing you.
Yeah, I think I'm actually also gonna go with the squid to
Get
obtain the
Lasora out
robot.
of that, please.
No,
Oh, neat.
I need this
You can't hear me. I'm
guy.
outside.
Oh.
I
Damn
will
it.
watch your.
It's like the category likes me at least, so
I
like
will
I'll keep an
watch
eye on
your-
the cat.
Well, why though?
Then
I've
what-
been training him quite well while you guys were
Need you
inside.
to get her
You
out there.
don't you just
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh, sorry.
Speaking of which, Tyler, roll me an animal handling check for playing with the cat while they were inside.
It just flips on me. I either doing really well or really bad. That was average.
that was decent.
Yeah, it's literally middle of the road.
Yeah,
Just
you,
go-
you just kind of
just-
nothing eventful.
Just go get her out of there before she causes a fucking scene. I already had to change my disguise again. I can't be seen in public like this anymore.
Fine.
God.
Worse, you watch the cat. I'm going back in there to make sure everything actually goes well.
Yeah, and I start walking inside.
I
trying
fall.
to-
I just lead you over to the table.
What do I see when I get back to the table, Grant?
You guys are still ordering, right? Fucking, alright. Well, yeah, there's, food. It's good food. Let's see. Today's special is roasted tarantula.
Oh,
Jesus.
delectable.
Wait,
And
so was Lasora taken out?
Do you want to behave?
I would say, is Luthor behaving? Do I see her misbehaving?
No.
she seems to be
I feel
behaving
like I'm
right
dealing with my
now.
younger- It feels like I'm dealing with my younger siblings.
All I want is a drink of ale.
You've had enough.
You've lost
I
that privilege.
haven't had a drink in 2
Alright,
days.
Gar.
God, take her out.
I look between the two of
Can't
them.
do
Like,
this to me.
I look between the two of them for a second before I'm like, before I turn to Lasora. Are you gonna come with me, or do I have to make?
Don't.
I just make the biggest pouty face I
Grab
got.
her.
This is so fucking stupid.
This is
Grab
so
her.
fucking stupid. Sydney, what are you fucking doing?
Grab her. Get her out of here. Get her out of here.
I've
I
caused
just
an
know-
addiction.
No,
We're 9
Lasora-
sessions in and your dwarf's already flanderized to hell.
I just know I'm sitting. No, Lasora is sitting here pouting. She's just pouting.
Drag her out.
No.
She looks to be behaving.
She's not earlier.
Lasora,
Fine, if you don't throw it fit, we won't drag you out of it. For the love of God, please stop acting like a fucking child. We understand that in a lot of emotional turmoil, but this is not the way of like handling it. I don't
can
know.
we? Quick question.
How do you people work?
Lasora just face plants into the
Okay,
the,
there we
into
go.
the
Grant,
table.
real quick.
Yes.
Grant, real quick. Can we retcon Lasora? Just Oliver.
Oh,
Punt it out the window.
Oh no.
she'll be okay next session. She
Can you
just needs some
stop throwing
time.
a fucking tantrum.
Are we done? Are we good? Are you going to behave? I'm gonna stop babysitting you like an actual fucking infant. I'm gonna take that as a yes. For my sake and yours. Mostly my sake. I didn't even know I could get headaches. This is painful. How do you deal with this?
With ale.
That doesn't involve alcohol.
Wait, shit. Pretend that's Lionel.
Yeah.
But that is handled.
I'll be back outside.
Go.
This is also true.
Go.
I'm so hungry.
Go get some food.
Yes, go in real life, get some food so we don't have to deal with you.
Wow, rude.
What do you want from me? She's holding up the fucking session. We
Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop now.
Game's over. Session's done. We have 10 minutes of jack shit's gonna happen.
I'm stunned now.
You bet.
Lasora's just gonna sit there and pout.
I mean, we do only have about 10 minutes left, so yeah, that doesn't.
Yes, and a fucking hour was wasted on Lasora being a raging alcoholic throwing shit at a toddler.
Oh my god, we're dying.
This is worse than the nachos. This is worse.
That's
than the
debatable.
nachos.
That's
Yeah.
debatable.
That's
No,
debatable.
that's so-
In terms of like,
We
for
have to
us,
get
out of
Tank
character-
involved with that.
No, like out of character. This is worse to deal with because
Oh,
at least
out of
with the
character,
nachos,
totally,
we got.
yeah.
Because at least with the nachos, we got to try to kill each other, and that was fun.
Oh my god.
That's true.
This is literally like
One second.
fucking babysitting a 2-year-old.
But at least I got to
God.
cast Levitate like 5 times.
God.
It failed 4 of them.
I mean, I failed 3 of
Oh
them, because
my
4 were
God.
against the Sora and 1 was against the Skinhead.
That's
And the
fine.
Skinhead worked
Oh,
first time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And it-
Sora
and
has
it's
like the
disadvantage.
fucking power of a goddamn like I don't know. She's too
I wanted
strong.
to give Lasora's like something to mope about, and she's gonna mope about it for this session. And then
What about her
She was on the
family,
right
not
to
fucking
mope.
alcohol?
That was a little
She's-
crazy.
alcohol is how she copes.
That's a bad way of coping.
I know.
And even Cardi, the man who doesn't know what the fuck a high five is, knows that.
Cardi
You-
doesn't know
you
what a
almost
high
killed
five
someone
is.
with a high five.
This is true.
All
Alright.
20, I would have knocked fucking worse
Worse.
back into the fucking pit.
No.
I very nearly died.
I don't know, a 16?
I don't know, it was a lot.
Alright, guys,
God.
I have got to end it here. I apologize.
For fuck's sakes.
My dad just got home and he's already pissed at me
Oh. Oops.
Why is he pissed
Alright.
at you?
because I didn't do the fucking dishes,
Hmm.
even though I didn't dirty any of them at all.
That's
Before you move out, please just fucking leave the sink full of the most disgusting dishes.
oh, karma.
Just shit in the sink. While it's full of dishes, just shit in the sink.
Oh god.
It's not your problem now, you moved out.
Yeah. Alright, I have got to go.
To stop the stream.
I think you tell me every time.
I know.
I have
And that's why
forgotten
you remember
once.
Every time.
Alright, I'll catch you guys later.
Ah.
Bye.
See you guys later.